Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you!
The movies, the internet stuff is so violent. It's so incredible.
I see you're worried about it just because the consumption of these violent video games has been going up continuously since the early 90s, and yet youth violence has been going down.
The juvenile crime statistics, which have gone down dramatically over the past 15 years, it really doesn't seem to bear what the American
You can pick up guns, knives. You can now choose to punch, kick, headbutt people, stab them.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is Tuned In Live, and I am coming to you from a brand new website that I came across right here on Facebook. This is called Restream.io, and I came across it, and I am so glad I came across it because as of right now, those of you that are listening to me on Facebook.com, especially if you're rewatching this on our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment, I am streaming this on 3 different platforms right now. Hard to believe. If you guys go over and pull us up on Mixer, if you guys pull us up on Twitch, we are also live currently on that channel as well. I'm doing it. I'm checking it out right now. And I have 2 viewers on, on Twitch. That is cool. So, as I was stating before I get into today's topics, right now our Discord is open, so if you guys want to come in and chat away, just hit me up. I'll give you the link to our Discord, and you can come on in and check us out. And it is streaming at beautiful quality, too. I'm loving this. Holy shit. So before I get into today, like I said, there's this website I came across on Facebook. It's called Restream.io. It's free to sign up, but it also has memberships to it too that you can sign up for like $19 a month, $15 a month, and so forth. If you see any kind of rebranding on the stream after today for Restream.io, that's okay. I'm on a free account right now. So basically, this webpage, this website allows me to stream on multiple platforms at once. So right now I'm streaming on Mixer, Twitch, and of course Facebook. Everything is coming through live right now. So you can pick your poison. You can watch us on Twitch, you can watch us on Mixer, you can watch us on Facebook. If I wanted to, I could set it up for YouTube gaming, YouTube streaming, whatever. I am live on 3 different platforms, and I'm showing I got 2 watchers on Twitch. I got 3 watchers on Facebook. This is fucking neat as hell. So more likely I got you guys over here on Facebook watching. So what's going on? Like I said, Discord chat is open. If you guys want to come in and chat away, feel free to hit me up on the DMs on here for the link to the Discord. And you can come in. Today I'm chatting away. I got a lot of shit to talk about, guys. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. First, I want to talk about what is really bugging me today. And I'm very agitated with quite a few things that happened today to me. So before I get into the pre-E3 stuff, let me go ahead and say, look. So, the state of Maryland is now requiring everybody to have an issued, it's like a pink or reddish kind of ID. It's called the Real ID system. And the state of Maryland is now affected by it. And if you do not have a state-issued Real ID driver's license or just a regular ID, if you don't have one before November of next year, basically you're no one in the system. Basically, you're no one system. Even if you have a driver's license, your driver's license is now somewhat suspended until you get to the Maryland DMV anywhere and get your information put in. So I read about this a month ago. So what it all boils down to is because of a bunch of fucking terrorists who hijacked some planes back in September 11th, 2001 and decided to carry out these fucked up attacks. Because of this, we now have security issues in the country. Security issues all around in this country. And everybody's required, that extra security on their passports, driver's license, all this and that. And several states are already affected by this, of course. And they've had to go through the same process. So now Maryland is going through the same process now where thousands of Maryland drivers, Maryland residents, are now required by law, starting today, June 6th, to gather all your information up, take it over to the DMV, and have your information scanned in and updated in the system, so you are considered a person in the system. So that way, when your information is pulled up, let's say by the county or state police, or let's say you go for a Maryland or county, state job, government job within the state of Maryland, all your information is right there. You ain't gonna have, you're not gonna require anything else. They got all your information in the system. They want to make sure that you are you. So I put an appointment last month. I think it was like May 24th or something like that. I put an appointment in to go to the DMV and get all this stuff done. Now, what's required when you go to the DMV? You're required your birth certificate, of course. Make sure you got that handy. That's always a hard thing to fucking dig out. I hate the dumb monster virgins. Is that what they're called now? The dumb monster virgins up there. And I'll say this, because I commented on it when Shadow hit me up earlier. So I'll comment on that in a little bit. So I got my required birth certificate. I finally got that. Now that's in my possession. I'm so fucking agitated today. I'm misappropriating words. I got it in my possession. I had to use my social security number, of course. You got to have that. Your state ID or whatever you have on you, your state ID, your state driver's license, whatever. You're required 2 pieces of mail that have your name and your address on them. Now, there is a list of things. Hold on. I got to pull out my fucking papers here. It's down here so low. I got to sit under my desk in my quote-unquote office. So let's see. This is a list of things that they gave me today that is required. So they're not called, they don't want to be considered the DMV anymore. They are technically called the Maryland Department of Transportation, or MDOT. The fucking stupid ass changes, new changes. I don't get it myself. So with the MDOT, or I shall call them the DMV or the MVA, the Motor Vehicle Administration. So these are some documents, how to apply for the Real ID, of course. Due to federal requirements, documents are now required to be presented if your documents are not already on file with the Maryland Vehicle Administration. This applies when applying a new or renewal for your driver's license or identification card. Please use this document to visit the online document guide at nva.maryland.gov to complete a list of documents that you can bring and to schedule an appointment to present them at your local branch. So here's the things that are required in case. Now, first of all, you go to that website I just listed, nva.maryland.gov. There's a section on there for Real ID. Go to that and check to see if you are required to go to the DMV and have your information put into their system. All you need to do is click on that link on that website, input your driver's license number or your ID number into that system, and it'll tell you if required documents are needed. And if not, if it says you are not required at this time, you ain't got to worry about it. But I will get to that in a second, because that's a complete lie. That's complete bullshit. You will, at some point within the next year, need to go to the DMV and have this done. So, first of all, for your identity, choose one. You'll need a United States birth certificate, original or certified copy. Even though I had a certified copy, I had both the original and certified copy. They looked at the certified copy and said, "Oh, this is not your birth certificate." You'll need a U.S. passport, a consular report of birth abroad, where the fuck that is, the CRBA, permanent resident card, a certification of naturalization. Oh, that's for minors. I guess that's for like Hispanics who are just now coming over and getting their certification, green card, and all that. So you need one of those, your social security number, the original social security number, a W-2 form or pay stub. Now, pay stub, I'll get into that in a second, because that's one of the things that pissed me off. SSA 1099 or 9, and an SSA 1099 form. Okay, for the other set of documents, you need temporary lawful status. Choose one if this applies to you. An unexpired employment authorization documents, unexpired foreign passports, original same thing, social security number. Then there's other things here for federally non-compliant driver's license. That's for like you need a foreign birth certificate. That is if you're not born in the United States. Sorry if I'm boring you guys, but this is actually something that is required. So if you live in the state of Maryland, I suggest you do listen to this because this applies to everybody. So this is some documents that you're going to need for this kind of thing. Here's where it got me. Okay, this is where I got agitated today. So. And everyone must provide a proof of Maryland residential address. Choose two. You need a Maryland vehicle registration card or title, vehicle insurance card or policy displaying your address, utility communications regarding account, checking, savings, financial account or collection agency's communications, property tax bill or receipt, mortgage account statement, deed, communication from the State Department, assessment and taxation, residential rental contract, mail or benefit statement from a federal, state, or local agency, installment loan documents, sale tax or business license, credit card statement, residential service contract or delivery for services, medical or hospital bill, select a service card, telephone or cell communications regarding account, cable, satellite TV communications regarding accounts. Sources below may be used when applying for a federal complainant driver's license card, a voter registration card. That's funny because I threw mine away years ago because I gave up on voting because why? Copy of the federal or Maryland income tax filing return, etc., etc. So I go in today, I had my birth certificate, I had my social security number, I had my driver's license, and I had a lot of other things too. I done forgot what the rest of the shit was. Oh, one of them was my pay stub. And then of course I had a piece of mail that was mailed to me, luckily. It's a piece of random junk mail, it's for, what is it, one of those, I don't forget what the fuck it was. But it was one of those things where it wants you to apply for like on, roadside assistance or something like that. I forgot what the hell it was called, but it had my name, it had my address. I'm like, okay, there's a piece of mail right there. I'm good. And I got my pay stub. So it was like May 24th when I was like, okay, I had to set up an appointment. And the first appointment that I can get in was June 6th, today, which is when they started the whole thing, which is when you go down to the DMV and apply for all this crap. Okay, so I get down there. Luckily, I don't have to stand in line for too long, because anybody with an appointment, you can stand in this short line of people, you can get right up there, and they say, oh, have your stuff out and ready, you can be seen and done within 15 minutes. Okay, so I had a 1:30 appointment. So I get down there, waiting in line, got all my shit ready, gotta take it. Well, first of all, when I get down there, the most agitating part of going to the DMV is finding a parking space. God forbid if you go down there and there's a spot open. God forbid all that shit. You go down there, you're trying to find a fucking spot at the fucking MVA, and you can't find a goddamn thing. You gotta fucking circle around 3 separate parking lots before somebody decides to pull out. Well, then when they decide to pull out, when they first get into the fucking car, they're doing a million things. They're checking their fucking makeup, they're checking their hair, they're looking at their fingernails, they're making sure their asses are dried up. Make sure there's nothing oozing out their ass. They want to make sure that their phones are plugged in, their music's turned up, that their favorite album is set to, when they fucking go, all that fucking shit. They take about 5 minutes to back out of a goddamn parking spot, and then when you finally get in, okay, then it's a mile walk to the goddamn building. Well, not literally, that's over-exaggerating, but it feels like it's a fucking mile walk just to get into the building. So I go into the main building, and I stand in line because I have no fucking idea where I'm going. I have no idea where the fuck to go. So I get up there, and this woman greets me. She's like, okay, what are you here for? And I told her, she's, oh, you got to go over to building B. So why didn't they tell me that when I fucking apply, when I set the application up? You know, when I made the appointment, why didn't they tell me which building to go to? I don't know which building to go to. If I'd known which building to go to, I would have gone directly there. That would have saved me, 2 or 3 minutes of my fucking aggravation already from parking. So, okay. So I'm walking to the building on the side. A little bit further away from where I park. I don't fucking care. I'm going to walk, you know. It ain't no big deal. So I get in, and I look for the signs. Oh, appointment. So I stand in line, waiting. Then I get to put a counter. And they say, okay, you need this, you need this, you need that. And I said, okay, I have this, I have this, I have that. You know, everything on the checklist. I had everything printed out, my appointment time and everything. Everything should have been good. Except my mail. Okay, so first of all, I have my pay stub. So I have to log on, you know, to my company's website to get my pay stubs. And I pulled it, you know, of course I pull them up and they have my name, my address, and all that information on there. So I told her, well, one of the things on the checklist is pay stub. Well, that's unaccepted. That's not accepted right here. So you're going to tell me my pay stub is not accepted? Even though I was just looking on this magic little piece of fucking paper. Where the fuck is it at? Okay. W-2 form or pay stub. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not required. Well, maybe because I have my social security number. I don't know. Anyway, you know, I've read the list. I've read through the list before I fucking went down there. So next thing, I had my piece of mail. And I didn't open it at all. You know, it had my name and all on it. It was still sealed. I took it down there. Oh, we can't read that if it's in there. You know, we got to make sure if the actual piece of mail. I'm like, if it's an actual piece of mail, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I didn't make this fucking shit up. I didn't fucking Photoshop a goddamn piece of mail with my name and all on it. So, okay. I take the thing out. You know, I'm looking at it. You know, I'm like, yeah, here you go. Like, oh, we can't take that. That's not accepted. It's a piece of junk mail. See, I'm ready to blow at this point. I have all the fucking documents I read that I needed in order to get this shit done. I hate dealing with the DMV. I hate going to the DMV. So you tell me I have all these documents that I fucking need. I get all the way down there just to have this little old woman. Hold on, you're muted, Mike. I'm sorry. There you are.
Oh, you're good. I'm trying to find my thing.
Oh, okay.
Dang it.
So I get all the way down there. You mean to tell me I have a piece of fucking mail with my name on it, with my address on it, everything matches up with my fucking driver's license? You mean to tell me that it's not applicable? Ugh, I can't even fucking pronounce the word. So basically, I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. This is fucking bullshit. So then she's like, well, do you have a bank statement? Do you have anything that you could print out? You can go over and use our computer and log on and get all that stuff and all and da-da-da-da. So I'm like, I gotta go home because all of my accounts, every fucking account I have, from my bank to my emails to everything that I use, you know, like my fucking insurance site, everything is two-stepped. And then, and not only that, okay, every password for every website I have is saved on my computer. I can't remember all my passwords. I use like 4 or 5 different fucking passwords, so I can't remember which password to use for an email, for a fucking email site. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go home. I gotta do all this. So I'm on my way home. I'm pissed off. I'm like, look, I came all the way down here. 1:30 appointment. I'm pissed off because y'all turned me away because you can't take a fucking pay stub. You can't fucking take my mail because, oh, it's a piece of junk mail. So you saying, like I stated on Facebook earlier, I was like, so I am what, who was it? Orson Welles or H.G. Wells once stated in one of their novels, I am considered an unperson. So my piece of junk mail stating that I am a fucking unperson for this shit. I get to the DMV. My driver's license. Yeah, if I look at it, okay. Yeah, it's got my picture on it twice, you know. It's one of those red and yellow fucking little driver's license. Okay, I see my name, I see my picture. So if I compare that to the piece of mail that has that's similar fucking information. So you're telling me I'm an unperson because I got a piece of junk mail. That's not enough to prove who I am? My name's on my social security number. That's not who I am. How about my birth certificate? Where am I going to get this information from if it all matches what's on my driver's license along with how I look? I don't fucking get it. So I get home.
Insurance card.
Well, I pulled out my insurance card. I had my insurance card. That's the funniest thing. I have my insurance card. My address is not on it. That's the funniest thing. So she asked for that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Oh, your address is not on it. Well, fuck. So I get home.
You don't have like an envelope or anything. You didn't have like an envelope or anything like that.
Well, that's the thing. I talked to several people there who were in line, and they were like, and I agree. Everybody does their shit online. Nobody really gets mail anymore. You know, you got the luxury of being able to pay a bill over your cell phone or log into a computer. Everybody has that, ability. They're able to do that. They don't have to worry about paper mail. So I come home, I log on to my Geico, I log on to my bank, I'm able to print out these statements that it took a little bit to figure out how to do it because, when you get into these websites, they're so goddamn complicated, you can't understand where the hell to go. So I was able to do all that, and finally, I got my statements printed out, and I took it back down in DMV. Luckily, even though I had a 1:30 appointment with them, and at this point it's like sometime after 2, they said they could still honor my appointment. They were open till 6. So I get in line.
Yeah, as long as it's a day, they don't normally care. I've had that many problems. But they also, what you could have done too, I just thought about this because it's done to me too.
Yeah.
Have your insurance agency on your phone and hand them the phone. And have them fax.
Nah, knowing these fucking people, I'm like, oh, that's not accepted, just like my mail.
Well, it's acceptable. They have to.
Well, just like when I got down there, so I took all this down there, and the other thing that I've read on this list that I forgot all about that I could have used was my selective service card. Now, for those of you who don't know what a selective service card is, you sign up for the selective service when you graduate high school and all that. I think
have to. It's the law.
Yeah. So I had that. So when I go down, I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I have this, boom, and then I give them my my registration card for my vehicle, which of course is still in my my ex-wife's name. They're like, oh, your name's not Gloria. It's like, oh fuck. Well, here's my Geico insurance. Boom. Boom. And I'm like, oh, I have this. And they're like, oh, hold up. I think I have enough. I'm like, good. Because this time, I'm fucking done. I'm full force. I have everything on me now. I have my tower statement, the bank I go through. I got my Geico statement, my selective, I have it all. So she put me in the account, she prints out my ticket, she gives it all to me, paper clips it, okay, here you go, just wait for your number, don't, that's all the stuff you'll need, okay. So I finally go sit down, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I wait for my number, and then I go up, I talk to this nice lady at the desk, and she does it all.
3 hours
it would feel like it, but they say on the banner, oh, it's like 15 minutes, you're set. Okay, 15 minutes, my fucking ass. Oh, my uncle, let's see.
About 3 hours later.
Yeah, fucking SpongeBob shit. 3 hours later. So I'm sitting there waiting for my number. I'm patiently waiting for my number. It's all good. It's all cool. It's cool. I'm here. It's all good. So I get up there. I talk to the lady. She's scanning my information in. And then I ask her, well, why? I basically ask her, why? I mean, why isn't my information in the system already when I apply for my driver's license? And she states, well, back when, what is it? It's something having to do with, like, the year when you either apply, when you renew your license or whatever, or when it expires or something like that. When you go to the DMV, back in the day, all you would need is, like, maybe your birth certificate, of course, your social security number, maybe a couple pieces of mail, whatever. Now, back then, the DMV would just glance over that shit and be like, okay, you are who you say you are. But they don't put that shit in the system. Like, I guess they're supposed to. I don't know why they don't, but, they don't put that information in the system. So, that's why. I had to go down there because when I applied for my, when I renewed my license and all that, and I had to sit at those stands, this is like many, many years ago. Last time I renewed my license was about a year or two ago, and I was at a kiosk. It's much easier, but you can't put your...
What you had to do was just turn your own license, I thought, back in Maryland. Your license was expired, I thought.
And that's the funny thing. I still have my old license. It's packed down. It's packed away in a box somewhere. I still have that. But yeah, it's like when you go in there, she says, when you used to, when you used to do all that, they didn't put all that information in the system. So basically, because I'm thinking, how come I go to my friends, my brother, and I'm like, okay, let me check your license and make sure you're in the system, and you don't have to go down there. And even though when you go online to the website and you got to input your driver's license number in there to see if you got to go down there and deal with all this, they all say, oh, you're not required. You're good. But then I put mine in, I'm like, well, fuck, I'm one of the unlucky ones that has to go down there. Because apparently when I redid my license, they didn't have a copy of my birth certificate, my social security number, all that in there. So that way, if I get pulled over, the police could still pull up my information through the DMV and I'm good, But now it's like, if you don't do that, if you're not aware that you have to go to the DMV to get your information put in there, if you're not aware of it, at any time, if you get pulled over by the state police, county police, whatever, and they technically in the system, your license is suspended. So they have the authority to confiscate your license on site, and I think they give you like a temporary statement or temporary license until you can actually go to the DMV and get everything straightened out. But I'm like, that's bullshit. They confiscate my fucking license? Like, that's one of the biggest things that, had me worry. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead, get down there. The sooner the better, and get everything taken care of. So it was just a very aggravating day. I saw this, young, nice, beautiful woman at the desk. She helped me through it. She scanned all my stuff in, and I was like, and then the other thing that got me was, she was like, it takes a little while for it to get in the system, like 24, 48, 72 hours for it to register over. And I guess with everybody doing it today, it's going to take yeah. So I was like, okay, so do you have a phone number I can call? That way, if I'm not in the system come November, I think it's like November 20th that I have to do all this. So if come November 20th and I'm not registered or anything, I'm like, do you have a phone number that I can call and say, hey, I registered June 6th. My information should be there. I have the receipt. And she said, yeah, that's fine. Like, even if I get pulled over, okay, if I get pulled over and the cop says, okay, you're not in the system, I could just show them receipt and I could say, look, I went to the DMV on this day. I did this. I did that. It's all good and done. That's what protect me. So right now, the receipt for all that shit is in the car. So I figured, this time next week, I'll just look online and say, okay, am I registered in the system now? Maybe it'll say I'm good. Now, for the rest of you all in Maryland, now there's only I think they said 60-some thousand people are affected by this right now, where if you go online and you check, and if you got to do it, you got to go do it. So anybody else who checks...
Well, you know what today is, right?
June 6th?
June 6th, yeah, D-Day.
Yep, DMV Day. So if you check your driver's license and it says, okay, no documents are needed at this time, and this is what the lady told me. So right now they send out so many notices to so many thousands of people, that way they're not having everybody come cramming in there. So let's say they do 60,000 people right now across the state of Maryland, and you got till November 20th to get your shit in. Mind you, everybody has to be in the system by next November 2020. So by this coming November 2019, once they get all those people squared away, they're going to start sending out more notices to other group of people. So even though if you think you're in the safe for right now, come November, December, check your driver's license and your ID, because you may have to go to the DMV and deal with what I had to deal with today, and make sure you got the proper documents, especially your birth certificate, because if you don't have that, you are what Orson Welles once called an unperson. And I made a big argument on Facebook earlier. I'm sure you saw it.
I saw all that. I was laughing my ass off.
I was so, dude, when I got home, that's how pissed off I was. I was almost like a whole new level of pissed off when I had to deal with all of that. Dealing with the DMV is such an aggravating experience anyway.
Well, it's not only that. It's just, the thing is, if you remember the old DMV back in the day, it used to take hours. You had to take a whole day off work just to go
Oh
to the
my
thing.
god, yeah. You sit down there for like 5 hours and then it's closing time.
Yep. And you're still there waiting on your damn number.
Let's see, Cypher's in the chat. I have until July 3rd to do mine, but I couldn't get an appointment until July 5th. Oh wow. I'm surprised I'm surprised they gave you that. Like, oh my god. They told me I had to be in there before November 20th. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I had to do mine as soon as I could. I was
Marylanders now, but you know the funny thing is, let's talk about this for a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, I just had a little bit of Pepsi. So I went to Maryland. Everybody knows I'm from the South.
Yeah.
And I've lived in Maryland for 20-some years, right? You know how you get those little paper ID cards when you get your license renewed?
Yeah.
Well, I had one on me. And I tried to get me a pack of cigarettes. They don't take them in Maryland.
Oh
You better have a
wow.
buddy with you. You better have a buddy with you to get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, you're considered under the age of 18.
No, they won't take them because they think it's fraud.
Oh wow.
Happened to me.
You
once.
have to have mine done next month. Yeah, I know, man. You're gonna be poor Cypher. I really feel for you, Cypher, especially with the way your back is and all, man. And you got just remember, if you go to the Glen Burnie one, you have to go to Building B. I went to the main building, and they told me, "Oh, you got to go to Building B." So you got to go there. Make sure your appointment. You at least have a short line to stand in. But that's the thing. You have to stand in the line and wait for the two women up front to go through the guys that are in front of you, and then you get to go sit down, and hopefully within 15 minutes you get seen and everything's taken care of.
You don't have to go there exactly on July. You can go there earlier than July.
Yeah. Well, I think when he checked his, I guess maybe all the appointments were taken up for June because they try to get you in. Well, I guess there is a. You'll be waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah, it might be a little bit longer, but still, though, at least you have it taken care of, though. The earlier, the better, is what I would suggest if you're going to go in there.
Yeah,
But, it's pointless of just waiting for the last minute because anything can happen last minute.
Well, that's true.
So.
So anyway, that was my big experience today. I had a big blowout on Facebook. I feel a little bit better after all that now.
You're just a bitch. Just admit it.
I'm a big jabroni.
Yeah, you're a bitch. Jackass.
Yep. So anyway, since
Did you ever end up getting a cute nurse's number? Curiosity.
the nurse.
A nurse, a cute DMV person.
Nah, I checked her hand. She's married. She's got a ring on her. I'm like, yeah, if I see a ring, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
I mean, not unless her grandmother gave him an old engagement ring or some shit.
Some people do that. Some people do that. I hate to say it.
Cypher's like, if they give me a hard time, I'll just tell them to go fuck themselves, and if they want my license, they could try to come and get. You know what? I was ready to say that too, because when I stormed into the DMV the first time, and I know people heard me, I was like, I hate this fucking place. I hate this fucking state. They can shove this shit up their fucking ass. And when I got out to the parking lot before I got in my car, I was like, all right, I tore my personal information off my junk mail. I said, oh, here's your fucking junk mail. I fucking flung it on the goddamn ground and drove off. I was like, that's how pissed I was. I'm like, you want fucking junk mail? Here. Slammed on the goddamn ground. They ain't gonna know it's me because I ripped my fucking info off. But goddamn. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if you listened earlier when I streamed or started to stream. I'm actually streaming on 3 different platforms right now.
Oh yeah, I've read that.
So for those of you that are just now joining, especially Bane, I see you in here, Bane, lurking. So I'm actually streaming on.
Lurking and jerking.
I'm streaming. They can't take it if they can't catch me. That's true. That's true. But yeah, I went to this website that I found on Facebook. I even shared it on my my Facebook page. What's up, Charles? What's going on, buddy? It's called Restream.io. Now, I created a free account on there, and basically what it does, you can run one stream, and you can have it playing out on several different platforms at once. So I'm actually live on Twitch, Mixer, and Facebook right now. So I think I'm going to start using that. That way, if nobody's able to make it to Twitch or Mixer, you can watch me right here on Facebook. If I wanted to, I'd go live on YouTube, but right now,
YouTube's having issues.
yeah, we're going to talk about that right now, me and you. We're going to definitely cover that.
Let's get on there. Let's break it down.
So, of course, for the last couple years, if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on with YouTube, they're experiencing what you call an adpocalypse kind of thing, where if you remember watching your old videos, your old favorite YouTube channels, they had all this racy content on there. Well, let's not say too racy. Let's just say somebody who's on there like, fuck this, fuck that, like Waffle Pone or the early McJuggerNugget days or Boogie29, anything like that. Now, if you watch it now, everything is censored. And a lot of these big creators that are making money off of YouTube, now they got to be extremely careful with what they say and do, because YouTube is now censoring a lot of these big YouTubers. They're demonetizing videos. They're shutting channels down. It's a big thing. YouTube is just going down the shitter. So
The end of YouTube.
Yep. And then they started out with another thing the other day before I cover this article, because there's this one thing that you shared to me, and I'm going to read that in a little bit. So the other day...
Well, I just wanted to get my little opinions in before you start reading some articles about this stuff, because
Yeah.
you and me have had stories about this kind of stuff. We talked about it, years ago when they started with this when Obama was in office, matter of fact.
Any Given Tuesday? Or me Any Given Tuesday. Oh, that's true. So yeah, what's your thoughts on first things first? They did this earlier in the week. So YouTube,
it actually started back from 20. I think what was it, Mike? We was in YouTube 2011 or 2012? No, not 2012. No, 2015.
15.
15, right?
Yeah, 2015. That's when I was I had my old YouTube channel. That's where I met you. We became best friends and all since then. It was pretty cool. We went through quite a bit of shit on YouTube, but now it's all been died down. We're a lot more careful and stuff. But yeah, it's ever since then, YouTube's been going down the shitter with a lot of stuff. Now, one thing I saw the other day, and I agree on it, but there's ways around it. So now YouTube is requiring parents to watch over their kids when it comes to live streaming on the platform. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's required on the platforms because I guess now they're just starting to find out they have freaking pedophiles on their own site.
Yes.
Which, I'll be honest with you. I used to be part of a squad that we used to take fuckers like that down, as a matter of fact. That was in 2016, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Charles. I was going to say, Charles, if you're watching, I can't take a video call right now, man. I'm live, but I'll get in touch with you later on, man.
Yeah, so we used to take stuff like that, people like that down. There was a guy that was dating from Maine, 16-year-old. And this guy was, I forgot much. Remember how old that guy was when me and a couple others went after him?
Oh, that was what? Was that Rob Robertson or some shit?
Yes, Rob Robertson. Yes, sir.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he was in like fucking he was in like Toys R Us or some shit. He was like groping dolls or something on YouTube.
Yeah. Inappropriate touching dolls, and this guy had a site, and we all went after him.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, he's like, "Quit harassing me, dude. You're a fucking pedophile. You have no right to be on YouTube. Zero, zilch."
Yep.
And it didn't take and then we used to have a big group community, a lot of people going after them fuckers. And the thing about it is, YouTube wouldn't do nothing about it.
And they still won't.
I guess until I guess a couple years later when the censorship started, because of everybody started getting her butt hurt about something, and I was like, that was the end of YouTube right there. Once they started that censorship bullshit, you knew it was the end.
Yep. Even Cypher just mentioned in the chat, the problem is that you'll find those kind of people on any site. That's true. That you can find them on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, anywhere. I agree with, each platform should have something to where, if you're under the age of 18, you should have some kind of parental guidance or what's the fucking word I'm looking for? You know, I can't think of it right now because everything's just jumbling in my mind all at once. But yeah, they should have some kind of guidance or filtering system that, you know, that they're allowed to be on the platform, but, you know, for certain, you know, just with certain limitabilities. Now, when it comes to, like, you know, pedophiles, you know, you don't know who's a pedophile. You don't know anything about them until if you decide to do some really hard digging research on somebody, and boom, you're like, okay, you like young children, you need to go. So.
Yeah, but the thing about it is you can't tell exactly who it is, or, you know, anything like that, because, like, you know, many of us have tried, even in the So What crew, try to get most of them fuckers down, and police wouldn't do nothing about it. YouTube wouldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, because with YouTube, yeah, especially like with one thing I found hilarious. I'm sorry to cut you off. There's one thing I found hilarious. Like when you report a channel or a specific video, and you report it for a certain reason like that, and they'll tell you if there's anything being committed in the video, you know, please contact your local police department. That's the thing. Police won't deal with any kind of activities done on the internet. Like, I was even a victim of several, you know, cyber attacks myself back in 2015, and that went on for a few months. Now, you know, these people, you know, they were contacting my father's house, they were contacting my wife at the time, you know, all because I was doing certain content on YouTube. And I would contact the police numerous times, and especially I have family members who work for the government at the time, you know, like NSA and all, and I had family members who were, you know, on the police force for the county I live in, and sadly, like, all the information I can give and ask for any kind of help, nothing can be done. When it comes to the police departments, they say, well, are they living within the county, the city, the state limits? No. Then there's nothing we could do about it until they actually do something. If they come down here and make an actual threat, you know, there's nothing we can do. So they basically tell you, you know, stay off the internet, be careful what you do on the internet, what you say on the internet. You know, when it comes to your phones, you know, have the number blocked, disconnect your phone, whatever. So there's really...
I kind of disbelief in that. I kind of have a little disbelief in that because I know for a damn fact that the government has ways of tracking that shit down. They just don't want to say that they do. They don't want to do the hard work to put into it.
Yeah.
I support the police. I support the military, all that. But when somebody's threatening to get killed and they wonder why stuff like this happens, and people report to the police, they need to do something about it. That's no joke to be playing around.
Yeah.
You know? And if they say, oh, well, you can't have guns in your district, well, you know what? That's why people are starting to arm themselves, is because they know they go in the police ain't going to hardly do anything about it, depending upon where you live, for one. But, you know, I just find it ridiculously sad.
Yeah, so, like, when it goes all the way back to, you know, YouTube making these strict guidelines for children, you know, you can't stream on our platform unless... I agree with that, because if you have a little kid, let's say he's 9 years old and he's a Billy Badass of the internet, and you come across, let's say, Hubber, let's say the wild Hubba, he comes across him and say, you're a piece of shit, you are ugly looking, you got an eggplant shaped head, you motherfucker. And then what if this Hubba ends up turning around and saying, I'm gonna come gut you like a fish and stuff? And so let's say Billy Badass, he brushes it off, you know, he's like, yeah, I don't give a shit about that motherfucker. Let's say one day the Hubba, he pays a visit to this kid's house or something, and he's carrying a gun. You know, that kind of thing is happening. That kind of stuff is happening, sadly, you know? You know, there's fucking people out there that hate certain individuals to the limit. Whether you're on social media, a video streaming platform like Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, whatever. If somebody hates your guts, they're going to go to the length nowadays to ensure that they shut you up. You know, it's not like, okay, everybody's has an opinion. You know, the opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. You know, you're entitled to speak your mind, to speak your opinion. Now, let's say I hated you, Empire. I hated your fucking guts. I hated everything about you. And you said, fuck you, jabroni. Am I going to come down there? Am I going to come down there and gut you like a fish? No. I'm like, if I don't want...
That's a long drive.
Yeah. And my fat ass ain't getting on the plane either, so I ain't doing any of that shit.
He'll send you Doritos.
There he is!
He'll send you Doritos and have the wild hubba come after you.
Oh no!
There's no nearby airport near me.
Just late at night, be a full moon, and in the distance, instead of howling, you'll hear an echo of, "No, you let me listen."
I send you a friend request there, Mr. Cypher.
I see. And I just confirmed it.
Alright, buddy.
So
it was better for me to get into Discord instead of typing because my hand's still healing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how that's doing.
Jeez, you're still burnt up?
The sunburn turned into a 2nd-degree burn.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
And melted my skin.
Oh my God.
Damn, bro.
Man, I hope they gave you some kind of ointment or something for that.
I tell you,
I've just been treating it myself.
You know what's funny? The funny thing about this whole fucking week is we've all had some bad experiences this week. I blame Mike because he fucked it up voodoo bullshit.
I blame diabetes.
So I would have been moved out by now if it wasn't for some dumbass quitting their job and overlooking my application.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they overlooked my application, and that's why we've been waiting on for them to accept my application. So Mike, I blame you and that voodoo fuck that you did.
Well,
way to go, Mike.
Well, it got me too because last week, actually, I don't even remember what last week's topic was for Through the Doorway, but
I don't think we have.
here's the funny thing. Okay, so I got paid last week, and of course, you know, when every payday comes through, you're going to spend your money. You got bills and shit. You know, you got stuff to take care of. So every payday that comes through, let me see if the music's working here.
No, fuck, here we go.
Oh, God.
So, last week, I'm on my way to work, and I haven't had a bite to eat. So, right up the road from where I work at, there's a Subway. I was hankering for a bacon chicken ranch melt sub from Subway.
Here.
I was waiting to consume it into my belly when I got to work, you know? So then I got in my car, started to fuck her up, and what you know, the engine light comes on. Of all the times it could happen, the fucking engine light turns on, and my fucking money is depleted. So at this point I'm like, I don't even know what the hell's gonna happen now. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what the code is. So we had to postpone last Saturday's episode of Through the Doorway. Let me take that off. So I had to postpone.
Hey, I know what this week's is gonna be.
Last week's.
No, I know what the topic's gonna be.
What, voodoo?
Bad luck.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. Get your Lucky's rabbit foot.
I'm not sure if I'll be in this Saturday or next Saturday. One of the two.
Yeah, I know you're moving. It's all good, man.
But
yeah, going back to that, like, okay, so last Saturday, I took the car to AutoZone, and I had to get the thing diagnosed. So they gave me a code, error code of 446, which is something dealing with it's an EVAP system code. So it could either be the solenoid unit under the car, could need to be replaced. There could be some valves blocking off the air intake. There could be some bad hoses. I could have a leak somewhere. I could have, it could have been my gas cap. I was hoping it'd be my gas cap. My gas tap was on tight. So I'm like, if it's as simple as getting a $5 gas cap and put it on there, I would have been good. But I don't even think it's that. So then I took it to my mechanic and I told him what it was. And he said, well, we would have to, bring it in and check everything to see what's going on with it. So in order to diagnose my car, I would have to pay like $85, which I did not have. So now I'm running on an engine light till next payday until I can get it in there and have the damn mechanic check out and see what's wrong with it. I'm like, my life's in a shambles, and I'm just sitting here smiling away. And then, of course, my fucking rendezvous with the DMV today and all the bullshit that has been happening. I'm like, this is my life. Yeah, that fucking man. I need to make me a fucking voodoo. Cypher, make me a voodoo doll. Make this shit all go away.
You could have asked me for the $85.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Yeah, he's sitting over there on a gold mine right now, millionaire.
Well, I was thinking, did you check your air filter and the stuff I told you to check?
Yeah, my dad said air filter's not going to set it off for that code, but I did check it. My air filter is just a little dirty, but it's not really filthy to like have any kind of clutter or real damage to it. And of course, my oil's good. I'll have to change my oil one of the next times I get in there. But other than that, I'm hoping it's something as small as a hose. Like my dad said, as old as the car is, it's 21 years old. So maybe a hose is rotting away. Maybe there's a leak in a hose. Maybe it's something as simple as a hose. Maybe like a fucking $50, $60 fix.
That's probably what it is.
It's time for him to get a new car. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to hit Cypher up for that. I'm just kidding. Money bags over there. So before I get back into talking about Google and we can all tear YouTube apart, so how do you like the fact that I'm actually streaming on 3 separate platforms right now?
It's genius.
It works.
Yeah. And it's like because now Streamlabs has an option where I could select the website and I could just take the stream key from that, put it in there, and I have all 3 platforms up and running, so anybody can come over and either watch me on YouTube, not YouTube, but Twitch, Mixer. Yeah, YouTube's in shambles. We're going to talk about that fucking shit.
Oh, man, great. So now people can hear my dumb ass on multiple things. That's awesome.
All at once.
Cypher, me and Mike was talking the other day. I'm not sure if he talked to you or not. Did you tell him about our idea, Mike?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing I want to run by us. Okay, so here's the idea. For those of you listening, we have an idea. I'm either going to bring it on to TuneIn Live, or it's going to be a sub podcast to TuneIn Live. And I have the perfect name for it. It's going to be called The Gathering of the Podcasters. So we can have either up to 4 people, 3 people, whatever. The more the merrier. Each podcaster coming in, and when we do the show, each podcaster has a different topic, and we take, X amount of time to talk about that topic. Yeah.
It's 2 hours long.
Yeah, we'll make it a 2-hour podcast, and each person brings it to the table. Like, let's say I see Dark in the chat there. I know he's lurking. Let's say Dark wants to talk about Anthem or maybe the next Star Wars game. We could talk about that. We can make that a half-hour thing. We talk about Star Wars or whatever. Let's say Cypher wants to talk about his second-degree sunburn. We'll talk about how bad sunburn sucks, and we wish we could find sunburn like Russell Crowe and beat the shit out of it or something,
Or talk about world events for 30 minutes, or talk about wrestling for 30 minutes.
Well, if you're in the chat, if you want to talk about AEW wrestling or whatever it's called, hey, we'll have 30 minutes set aside for that. We'll talk about wrestling. We'll talk about, our favorite wrestlers. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of wrestling, something like that. So it'll be a grand podcast, 2 hours, called Gathering the Podcasters. And of course, we'll definitely take guests in as always. If you want to be on the program, hit me up or hit Cypher up or whatever. Get the links to our Discord. We'll bring you into Discord. Make sure you got Discord downloaded on your mobile device or PC. Make sure it's up to date and all. And we'll get you in the server and you can be on the show. But yeah, that's our idea. We want to do a grand podcast. I mean, we got so many fucking podcasts in line. It's like
it's funny. It's funny because I mean, the funny thing about Cypher is I'll be thinking about these things, and it's like, man, we can make this thing fucking work.
Mhm.
And I was outside smoking a cigar. I was like, you know what? I want to take a little bit of this and a little bit of this, make it into one, and it's gonna be fucking good. And I was
Yeah.
telling Mike about it. I was like, you know, if we take a little bit from this person and we take away a bit from this person, and we put it all together and have it like a news kind of thing / opinionated stuff for 30 minutes each, 4 people on it, and each person gets 30 minutes, it will work perfectly.
Yeah.
Around the end of each 30 minutes before the end of one segment of it, and you take probably the last 10 minutes or so and debate it and get other people's opinion on it.
Yep.
It will work out perfectly.
Yeah, that work out good. We still got to work out the kinks in getting more of the video versions of Through the Doorway happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah, because since you got your camera, we got to put your camera to use since you got that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the grand idea. So it's still up there. Empire, you did say that we can hold it off until at least like what was it after the 4th of July.
At least past July 4th.
Yeah, because
that way we have holidays. Plus, I'm right now in the middle of the process of moving and all that. I don't know what's going to happen from now till then. So
yeah, that way you can get settled in. You get your internet all set up and everything, and you be good to go.
Well, it's his idea, right?
Yeah.
Well, then he's the main host of it.
I don't want it to be just me. I want it to be everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Through the Doorway. Even though I'm the main host, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody can do it.
Because I was the one. Because when I told Mike, I was like, Mike, we got to take a little bit from Haggy Rants and a little bit from Cow Shit, put it together, and we can make this thing go off, fucking exploded. And
then when you.
And the way I've worded it, Michael's like, that's not a bad fucking idea.
Especially since I already have a name for it, because it was something that we were supposed to do a while back, and then there was a little misunderstanding with somebody else, but we got all that shit straightened out. So it's a name I could bring back. Gathering the Podcasters. We are all podcasters here. We're a group of people. It's like we'll act like we're news reporters or something.
Yeah. And that's what I had in my head too. I was like, this should be fucking perfect.
Yep, definitely. So that's going to happen sometime next month after July 4th, the Gathering of the Podcasters podcast. We will definitely let you guys know on Twitter and on Facebook when that's going to happen. So, aside from all that, now...
I'm wondering if we should replace Utter Random Crap with something. Because we got a lot of podcasts happening.
Well, that's true, but
we could actually make Utter Random Crap a subdivision of something every so often too.
True, yeah, but definitely keep that up in the air, because we have fun doing the just a random thing with that, but that's still a good thing to keep around, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to think, we don't want to be too many podcasts, and I was supposed to be doing 3 of them.
Yeah, I know. You still got that one where you're talking about finances and something else.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that at some point.
Yeah.
Who knows? It might not launch. It depends.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? You want to talk about finances? Well, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
As that podcast thing that we're talking about, we started live.
Well, you got to remember, I had already had stuff made for mine called Unwavering Prospects, is what it was called.
Yeah, but you still get your 30-minute segment in though.
We could.
Yeah. Plus that podcast. Yeah, that idea you said was supposed to be more down to earth, serious, like no joking about. It's supposed to be like advice on certain things and
right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we don't have to joke about that, like, on this podcast. I mean, if you want to bring it one there, that's cool. There ain't nothing to joke about when it comes to financial, a financial crisis.
We'll figure it all out. We'll talk about all the details before it
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
But, I mean, if I can snag that in there, that would be good,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're going to use this one platform, like I was saying, about the 4 people. Or if we have 3 and we want to make it 2 hours, we can that'll still give you a little bit more time, probably 45 minutes or so. But the thing about it, depending upon certain people want to join or not.
Yeah.
it's not going to be all about joking thing. It's all about real world events and whatever you have on top of your head. Like, if Mike want to talk about certain things, like a computer thing or something, like, hey man, don't check out this computer and use Cypher you want to talk about finances. Well, take a look at the finances, and me talk about, you know, um,
Yeah.
certain video games or anything like that. It doesn't really got to be kind of jokey. It can be like a little serious thing. And then,
Well,
all that stuff around the on the next podcast, we can have a little fun a little bit with it. But
I already got my topic for that one. I'll give you all a little snippet right here, as I have a lot I want to say about this. So, thanks to Empire, not only did he purchase me PUBG for PlayStation, and I got to play with him once, and hopefully we get the PlayStation back here soon, so we could definitely do another stream on that. But also, yeah. It ain't my fault them trees were coming out of nowhere and I hit that bitch.
Oh my god, that's funnier than a fucking bookshelf shit.
Yeah, I know. But I had $20 left of what you gave me. You gave me like $50 credit. So I bought Bohemian Rhapsody, and I finally sat and watched it at work the other night, and I enjoyed it. It was actually a pretty good movie.
I honestly think they did a real good job with that movie.
Honest
to God.
Now, there's a lot I want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for the podcast because there are some inaccuracies with, the documentary. Of course, you're going to expect that with any kind of rock documentary, turn into a movie. But, I definitely enjoyed it. I'm not too big a fan of Queen. I do like some of their songs. But, watching this movie and then reading up more on Freddie Mercury and his history and all, it was definitely interesting. I did enjoy that. So I'm going to love talking more in depth about this movie come that podcast. I'm probably going to do a blog on it. I started doing some blog reviews on my main page on Facebook. If any of you guys want to check that out.
Posted it weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to put one up on there. If you guys want to check out and read that later on after I post it. I was
thinking, Mike, also, you and me do a review on it, because I watched The Dirt, and you've watched The Dirt also.
Yeah.
We posted like that, too.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to have a rock segment, a special episode of here.
Man to come out. That's the next one that's coming out.
I actually got
you know something else we should do?
What's up?
What's that?
Do you remember that video that you did with me, Riddle, and JT about the movies from like the 80s?
Oh yeah, we could bring that back. Yeah.
Maybe we should redo it this time. You know what I mean? I mean, we can do it in podcast form.
Yeah.
Try to get everybody involved.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna do that. That's like we took a look at movies. Like, let's say, all right, this is the year 2019. So we were looking at movies like, let's say, 20-year-old movies from 1999. Like, we were talking about, our favorite movies or top 10 movies from that year, or maybe the movies that sucked when that year. Yeah, we'll definitely do. I was actually thinking about that one time because I know you got a lot of our old videos uploaded, and I was thinking about doing that. I was like, you know what? I keep forgetting to ask Cypher. We should do that. We should go back and do that segment. Like, okay, what's your favorite movies from 5 years ago? Let's say back in 2014 or from 20 years or like 30 years ago. What came out 30 years ago? Oh Christ!
Land Before Time.
No, Land Before. Yeah, Batman. Tim Burton's Batman. 1989. Tim Burton's Batman. Oh my God! 30 years. 30 years for Tim Burton's Batman. Holy shit! I
still have a wrapped copy of the VHS here.
Oh my God! I bet you're Bane's favorite right now in the chat. Bane's like me, we collect classic shit like that, especially like VHS. Oh my God!
The first Star Trek movie actually came out in the 80s.
Oh yeah, I thought it was like
79.
Yeah, I was going to say it was 79. Yeah, yeah. Now majority of them did. Well, not a majority of them, but yeah, all the. The William Shatner ones came out in the 80s, and of course, what was it? Yeah, Generations. Yeah, that came out in, 93, 94?
Came out in 91.
Okay.
And then 94, I think, was Star Trek Generations. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Generations did come out around there. So, yeah, we'll definitely be talking more about that, of course. I mean, is there before we move on and tear Google a new one here? Is there any other ideas we could bring up or we could talk about before I go into YouTube?
Yeah, I know we kind of turned it into a pitch meeting, didn't we?
It's all good.
Let's talk about Mike's love affairs with Video.
Yeah, I need one because of all the bad luck I've been having. I've been having a lot lately.
It's
Oh, hey.
affecting the whole world right now because every time you see it, something's fucked up.
Well, since we got I got Dark Phoenix in the chat now since he's here. Break news! We were playing Grand Theft Auto 5 last night online. I have plenty of content to make a compilation video in the next day or two.
Oh boy.
Oh, there was just so many fucking moments last night. Oh my god, like I almost fucking died laughing, especially when Shadow was in there. We were having a shit ton of fun with that.
If we want to get really into this, let's talk about PUBG on PS4 real quick. You know, me and Mike were playing.
Okay, yeah.
So Mike decided he was going to jump out early before me, as always. And I said, well, let's jump. Mike, okay. I get down the ground here, look over. He hits a fucking tree and dies. I'm like, you stupid ass. It's like, you don't even fire a shot now, you fucking die. Well, the funny thing is, right, after that, he landed before me. And he gets fucking killed by, what was it? Like, did you get punched out or knocked out?
Oh, here's what happened. Okay, you wanted to land in Milta on in Wrangell. So, okay, we were going down. You were still trying to figure out how to land in certain areas. So I land in Milta. I have no weapon at this point. I look over behind this house next to a dumpster. There's another guy there, no weapon. So we decide to engage on each other by punching each other. So he's taking some hits, I'm taking some hits. This third guy, come hopping over a wall with a VSS. He's standing there watching us duke it out before he takes his first shot on me, downs me, and then takes him out. I spectate to you, where you're still up in the air. You're still parachuting. I'm like, well, I'm dead. He's like, I'm in the air. I'm like, what? You fucking land yet? He's like, Mike, you fucking dumbass. You died by fucking punching.
It was hilarious, man. And we came in damn near close. I think it was at the night before, before last match. We almost had a fucking chicken dinner, dude.
There was 2 or 3 times we almost had it. Like one of the last times we did it, we were like almost in the last circle. And I didn't know where these 2 guys were, so I go out the door, and I start hearing this shooting, and I turn right, and there's these 2 guys behind these 2 huts, and I was like, yeah, too late.
Yeah, we came like 3rd or 4th, and I said, damn, bro.
I
He's like, I got this, Mike, I got this. Like, I hope to God you do, because I'm fucking dead already.
Yep. Well, there was one time where you died instantly, and then I barely made, because we landed like boot camp or some shit, and
yeah, boot camp. No, that's right. Boot camp was one night we both got.
Oh no! It wasn't boot camp. I'm sorry. We landed in the ruins. You went to check out the ruins, so I was on my way to you, and I was on some little 3-wheel vehicle or some shit, and you had died. So I turned around. I started to drive through the ruins, and somebody was shooting at me. And I took off. I was almost dead myself. They were even shooting at the vehicle when I crossed the bridge, and I was almost done. I barely made it out of there alive, because you had stepped away to go to the bathroom or something. You came back, it's like, Mike, did you die yet? Nope, still alive.
Yeah, that's right. I want to smoke.
You're like, I'm still here.
And guess what, Cypher? I did not let him drive one fucking time. Because I see all the fucking other times he's like, you're not fucking driving a fucking thing, dude.
I think I drove a couple times. We were all right for
times after I saw you did a good job a couple times. After that, you fucking cut off.
Number one thing you gotta watch out for in that game, though, is shelves.
Yep.
Oh no, we didn't have shelf problem. Oh no, it went everywhere else besides the shelf areas.
Yeah, I made sure. Well, he made sure he got warned about that. I was like, yeah, don't go near any shelves.
I watched that, by the way. I'm not bad laughing when I saw the compilation.
They're like, kill me now, I'm expired.
funny though. But yeah, if
I'm just
anybody
like,
else
kill
wants to join
me.
if anybody else wants to join us on PS4 doing PUBG when Mike gets his PlayStation back, man, let us know, man.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's see. We are an hour 11 minutes in. Let's go ahead and tear Google a new asshole here. So,
Oh, yeah, talk about the wonderful
What happened to the old one?
it's dead. It got demonetized by the new YouTube.
It's supposed to be the best. Remember, Mike? It's supposed to be the best fucking thing out there now since
Yeah, if you're only the watcher.
console.
Well,
Console better than Sony and Microsoft.
I'll get into that in a second. Yeah, I'll get into that after this one. So, Empire shared me this article. YouTube takes sweeping action against the hateful content. Conservatives respond. So, on Wednesday, YouTube announced a sweeping ban on all content it deems hateful or supremacist. Now, I do agree with that. You know, any kind of racist content that's placed on YouTube, yeah, I agree it shouldn't be placed on there. It's very hateful.
Shit, they're shutting down YouTube.
It sounds like it. Resulting in a reported thousands of channels being shut down. This announcement came the same day that YouTube demonetized conservative comedian Steven Crowder, one of the more popular independent content creators on the platform, after a writer of Vox complained that he had reportedly mocked him for his identity. YouTube had always... Yeah.
That sounds like something with PewDiePie, what they tried to do to him.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried that shit. It was a year ago. Yeah, it was about a year ago when they did that shit. So let's see. YouTube had always had rules of the road, including a long-standing policy against hate speech. Today, we're taking another...
That's a bullshit lie right there.
Yeah, we definitely agree. Yeah, we can definitely see where that's coming from, too. Today, we're taking another step in our hate speech policy by specifically prohibiting videos alleging that a group is superior in order to justify discrimination, segregation, or exclusion based on qualities like age, gender, race, caste. What the hell is caste? C-A-S-T-E. I never heard of caste.
Because they demonetize people because people get made fun of for identifying as toasters.
Well, before I continue that, I've never heard of caste.
I just insulted them. Oh no. Like I give a flying fuck.
Caste is a form of social stratification of an ethnic group characterized in endogamy, hereditary transmission. Okay. Because I never heard of the word caste. I'm like, huh? That's a new word for me. So,
I haven't heard of that.
Religion, sexual orientation, or veteran status. The company has noted that the enforcement of the mass ban on hate speech will take a while to fully implement. We will begin enforcing this updated policy today. However, it will take time for our systems to fully ramp up, and we'll be gradually expanding coverage over the next several months. So, Empire and I...
bitching about all the times that, that we try to get, when people are getting attacked and shit. I guess now they're finally starting to realize, oh, maybe there is a problem.
Well, that's the thing. Well, here's the big thing with that. A lot of the YouTubers. Okay, I wouldn't call a lot of them YouTubers because they don't even create content to be considered a content creator. When you make a video slandering somebody, doxing their personal information, harassing somebody, that's not content. That's just somebody speaking out. Yep.
Damn, that was a rough cough.
Did you hack up along with that one?
Tasted like Doritos.
Oh man, the cheesy or the ranch? Might be the flaming kind.
The Cooler Ranch.
What were you saying, Empire?
Was it blazing like wolves?
He foresaw that too. The day after you said that, he had a bag of flaming for Doritos or some shit. He's like, "Yep, that's what I'm eating." But yeah, all these people who call themselves quote unquote content creators, you're not creating content. You're making a video out of hate over somebody that you heavily dislike. So you choose to dox their personal information, post personal photographs of them, their families, friends, whatever, on a video. You talk slander on them, you insult them, it's all cyber harassment. And these people still consider that content, which it's not content. And these channels that do it, they are so low on YouTube standards. You know, they're not making any kind of revenue for the platform. They're basically nobody. They're rats hiding in a box. That's all it is. In this vast world that uses YouTube on a daily basis, this group of individuals, they're just not just rats. They're fucking roaches. They're roaches in the crevice of a fucking floorboard. You know, just sitting there. That's all they are. So I don't know if.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're right.
The thing about it is they should have done that when the YouTube shooting at their own facility.
Yep.
Back, what year was that? Last year or 2 years ago?
It was like 2 or 3 years ago when it happened.
About 2-3 years. Yeah.
When that happened, YouTube should have put down the fucking hammer on that shit, because that's what started all this, that shooting at the YouTube headquarters. Was all this shit probably building up because YouTube, but we just got our computers just driving up. Oh, here's that one gone, that one gone. Now they're trying to sledge the hammer down. Years later, when everybody's been fucking harassed and on docs or whatever, and nobody not doing nothing about it. Even people kill themselves over YouTube.
Yeah.
Now they're just not slamming the hammer down. Now, come on, man. If anybody don't know, but some people do, about Kirby Loach.
Oh, yeah.
Real nice guy. He ended up killing himself over YouTube.
Yeah, because of the bullying pressure. Like he was dealing with a lot of things in his life, and YouTube was his biggest escape. You know, where he could be somebody else or be himself and do whatever he could. And you got a group of individuals who insult you, maybe not on a daily basis, but push you to the limit to where, okay, none of us knew what was going through his head at the time. You know, we didn't know his mental status.
Shit calmed down, and then it started back up. It happened after somebody died. It calmed down, then it started back up.
Yeah, even though
now that they're finally, I guess right now, they're finally the pressure's on YouTube, not doing shit about it.
Yeah.
And they want to try to avoid lawsuits.
Sad part is the way the world works. Nothing changes until a few bodies hit the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's sad. That's the sad part about it. And YouTube's supposed to be a good platform to learn stuff and all that. You ain't learning nothing by trying to harass people and all that other BS.
Yeah.
So far, all YouTube shows me is that there's more assholes in the world than anything.
Yeah, true. Or as they're called, keyboard warriors.
Oh, cocksuckers. Yeah.
It's even worse than that. I have Al Qaeda and Al Jazeera people fucking making YouTube videos to do terrorist attacks.
Now, let me make it clear. When I said cocksuckers that time, I'm not talking about them sucking someone off. I'm talking about them sucking on an actual chicken.
Oh, God.
I could go for some chicken right back now. I haven't had chicken in like 3 months.
Get some KFC. Good shit.
They do the chicken right. So yeah.
But the thing is, it's like we say though, everything happens when somebody gets hurt or there's a big fucking lawsuit. Then they start putting the pressure. I mean, let's take a look at Facebook for a while. Let's do a little debate on that. Remember when Mark Zuckerman got fucking sent to the Congress House or the House or whatever it was, and he was like in for what was it, blocking people's rights of freedom of speech and shit.
Something like that.
He got busted, and now you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you're allowed to say, and they can't bang you on it unless it goes too far.
Yep.
Threatening. I mean, that's the thing. It's all because of fucking political bases of politicians. Politicians have really, some of them do their job, some of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
And again, half of this shit is all based on because guess what's coming up? 2020 November 6th.
The elections.
Everybody's trying, and everybody's all of it. Now everything's becoming fucking political.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna be hearing that one, but you know what? Like I say, Trump 2020 bitches, fuck y'all. Anyhow,
Apparently politics gives Mike gas.
big time.
That's a damn Sasquatch there. Holy balls.
Holy hell.
That put fucking nuclear bomb to shame there, brother.
Let's see. Also, in this article I'm reading here, let's see, blah, 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 discriminatory. But conservatives have noted a pattern on YouTube, along with other dominant social media platforms, of focusing mostly on voices from the right and often lumping a mainstream conservatives with the far right. Amongst those blasting YouTube over ideological bias is outspoken conservative Dana Loesch, who declared the progressives pushing the deplatforming as the modern day book boner. Well, not boners, burners. So. So it almost sounds like a liberal left side kind of thing. You know, everything's being ran by the fucking liberals. You know, the commies. You know, where's my buddy Josh at in the chat? You know, the communist motherfuckers. You know,
It's been like that for years.
Bastard.
It's been like that for years. The schools lean to the left. You know, your media leans to the left.
Yep.
Why wouldn't YouTube? Why wouldn't Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt you on that. That only happened when Michelle Obama took a part of that shit.
Oh yeah.
Not no more.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
just, fuck you.
Here's what I think about that.
Oh Lord. Yeah, let's just give you a piece of cauliflower. There's your line.
Yep.
What the hell?
That'll work.
Get fucking better treatment than they did the fucking kids at school.
Yeah, it even goes on to saying, who is this? Whoever this woman was, she tweeted something on Wednesday. Progressives/socialists are the modern day book burners. Everything they dislike must be silenced. Any challenge that their thought banished, be it with deplatforming, milkshakes, or burning buildings. Speech must be an all hive mind. It's at level ridiculous. Yet these are the folks that actually accuse the people.
I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this, but I gotta say it.
Go ahead.
Those people need to be euthanized.
That's true.
I'm just saying, personally, they need to quit pushing their agenda on all of us because one of them, I mean, that's the 1% we're talking about here. We're not talking about the
Yeah,
other.
they need to quit pushing their agenda on us because some of us fire back.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not like, you know, we're shoving our thoughts and everything down their throats. They're shoving their shit on our throats.
Half the time it's we're defending ourselves and we just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you get on something like, let's say, Facebook, and somebody says, I hate this because, and then you get on there and say, well, I have to disagree with you. Then there's a full-blown argument. Then you're either blocked or reported for something you said. You know, the people in this country, they need some fucking weight gain 4,000 or some shit, you know, bulk up their fucking manliness. And I don't care if you're female or male.
My thing is when did everybody become pussies?
Yeah.
Okay, well, get this.
That's it.
Okay, here's where this became, everybody became pussy. You know what? It starts with one person, HC. We're just going to call her that, okay? HC came along, you know. Oh, you know, and had that little governor down in fucking Virginia come up on her side. Yeah, you know, that's when it all fucking started. And then the great person, you know, the train came in there and plowed that bitch to the curb in 2016. And then everybody started crying and got offended. And that's where everybody gets offended from now. But before, everybody loved this person. Now they hate him because he's a fucking president. Ain't such a fucking shame.
Who wants some?
Yeah, there you go.
President for 2020. Well, not maybe vice president under Trump's cabinet.
Hey, we can look at the bright side.
My name's
If another civil war breaks out, the Democrats will definitely lose.
Yep.
Because the modern day ones don't even know how to start a fucking lawnmower. They wouldn't even know how to load a fucking rifle.
I seen a video not long ago. Okay, I shit you not. That mother gave a teenager like the gas pump, and she didn't know how to work it.
I heard about that.
That's sad. That's so fucking sad.
I don't even
It's like,
think.
wow, really?
Yeah, kids today, they're not learning anything in fucking school.
Nah, they're dumb as shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Democrats wants to take. They want that. And it's like that's not right, man. I mean, when I have kids, I'm going to teach my son and daughter whatever.
I got a question. How'd that one girl get into politics? That Cordesia?
Oh,
something?
Christ.
Oh, fucking here we go.
Rosa something, or whatever the fuck her name is. Don't she have a fucking twerking video or some shit out there?
Somebody needs to go back to school.
Yeah.
Let's put it that
She
way.
needs to get back to bartending. She ain't
That
ready
or
for
somebody,
politics.
or she needs a big fucking black dick in her or some shit. Straighten her up.
Her biggest thing was about cow farts. I'm serious.
I heard about that. I heard about that. The cow farts. Yes.
What the hell?
Oh my god. Yeah, there was
Oh, yeah, I remember about-
there was something else about food too, groceries. Like
yeah.
you don't need to plant your own grocery. You don't need to plant your own food when you can go to the fucking store and buy them. Bitch, where do you think this shit comes from?
Exactly. And like I said, I don't usually talk about politics, and I usually keep my,
Yeah.
nobody really knows what I am. You see what I'm saying?
Half and half.
But, well, I'm not exactly half and half. I am actually one, but I pick on both of them sometimes.
Yeah. You can't 3D print a steak and eat it. Maybe you can 3D print it for decoration purposes. Same thing with apples. You can't 3D print a carrot. Maybe you can, but can you eat it?
She can 3D print a dildo and shove it up her ass.
If somebody's out there watching this
With razors laced in it.
and has a 3D printer, I want you to try a 3D print a steak. I
And
wanna see
spins
that.
it.
3D print a steak.
I want to see if that shit's fucking possible.
I want you to pour A1 on that motherfucker and gulp it down. You ain't gotta worry about no
you
fat.
gotta 3D print the A1.
And it's gonna be liquid form, okay? God, why do I keep going back to Discord and I see Steve Coate? God damn it! I gotta start putting fucking messages in there, get rid of his ass.
What's he doing in there?
I don't know.
I see 3 A's and an S, but that thing's still there.
Yeah,
Hey, I didn't know he found his nuts. When did he find those?
Apparently last year sometime. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was more than last year. That was years ago.
Yeah, it was.
I bet you he lost them again.
He probably did.
Oh, shit.
Holy cow.
That's what I say.
Heck yeah, bring in.
That's what that one girl I was talking about said too. About the cow farts.
Yeah.
We gotta ask Duke Nukem a question. Duke, I got a question for you. What do you think about Hillary Clinton, Duke?
Damn, that was annoying.
Oh, shit.
You talking to me?
Yeah, we're talking to
Son
you.
of a bitch.
Damn, Duke, what's your favorite Dorito?
Eat shit and die.
Never heard of that flavor.
That flavor, Duke. Can you explain us a little bit more? I mean,
I'm gonna break a broom handle off in your ass.
oh, shit. Duke, have you gotten laid in the last couple years?
Wasted.
Damn, Duke.
Must be some good pussy.
Must have.
Shit.
Duke, are you gonna run for president?
Shit happens.
Yeah, damn, there you go, everybody. Duke Nukem for fucking president 2020.
Yep.
Game over.
Or some. So let's see. All right, since since YouTube's taking a shit, let's switch. Let's shift lanes here over to their next pile of garbage that's been announced, which is the Google Stadia. Now, before I get into this, okay,
It sounds like an STD.
I think that's what it is.
Duke is an STD.
It starts with ST. I don't know, Duke. Is it STD?
Holy shit.
That's what I think.
That's what we thought.
Let God sort him out.
That's right, dude. Tell him, man.
Oh, shit. So, before I get into this pile of garbage here, so the other day, if a lot of you, well, no, a lot of you already remember this. So, YouTube, Google, Gmail, Instagram, along with a bunch of others, including the servers for Rocket League and some other stuff, everything went down for like an hour or two the other day, especially YouTube. So,
Really? I remember that. I remember you saying something about that.
yeah, and nobody understood or knew why. I don't even think there was an explanation as to why it happened. This is the second or third time this year it's happened for YouTube where the service goes down. It just down. I'm like, yeah, okay, YouTube's dead. Fuck it. I got all my shit downloaded from there. I have a program called Pro YouTube Downloader where I could download my favorite content creators' videos, and I can watch them whenever, so fuck YouTube. Maybe I'll upload them to fucking vid.me or some shit. So, the other day, YouTube and Google, they went down for like an hour or two, and of course their Twitter must have been blowing up with a lot of people's concerns and complaints, but it eventually came back up. So now, you got a service through Google. Well, they got two services, email and a video streaming platform. Now they want to get into the video games, the video game wars, the video game race here with their new console, the Stadia. Now, from what I hear, this is supposed to be a console that's cloud-based, where I guess you stream the video games through the console. Now, your services like YouTube and Gmail, they go down. What can we expect from your game console when your services go down? So if somebody's playing Mortal Kombat 11 on your Stadia and they're playing online and say, oh, bloop, service is down. At least like with Microsoft or PlayStation, Sony and Microsoft, they'll come out and they'll say, okay, something's wrong with the service. We're right on top of it. Please stand by. At least we still have some offline games we could fucking play, or we could still watch movies. But no, I haven't read or seen so much about the Stadia, but let me talk about... All right, let me read the article here, and then we can...
Let's get Duke's opinion upon it. Duke, what do you think about the Stadia? What's your opinion on it?
Eat shit and die.
That's pretty much what he's...
I'm taking a look at this now, too.
Alright, I'm going to post the link in the Discord. This is what I am...
Ironically, if you go to Google... Just go to Google. At the bottom, it'll say something about the Stadia. If you click on it, it'll bring up a page showing it.
Okay. Alright, so this one I'm looking at, this website, what the hell is this? Kotaku.com. This was posted today. Wonder if we got I don't even want to look for it now. That'd be too much. So anyway, the article goes, the upcoming streaming platform, Google Stadia, won't just follow the Netflix model, as many fans had hoped. It will instead be both a subscription and games for sale individually, as Kotaku previously reported. Here's everything we learned today about Google Stadia Connect stream. What the hell was that?
It's my phone.
I was going to say, is there a video playing that I missed?
Must have, man.
So,
I don't know that number.
I just answered and told me you already killed him.
I should have picked it up when I'm taking a shit.
And stuff.
Man, you could have pulled a Tom Mabe on the stream.
So this thing's supposed to be $129, huh?
What? Oh, I see it now. Okay, Stadia, which was announced in March, is a streaming platform designed to let you play games without a high-end console or computer. If it works as promised, it'll let you plug a Chromecast, oh Christ, that thing, into your television and access games through the cloud. No hardware required.
I already see a problem.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at this, right? And it says play your favorite games without a console. But isn't the Stadia technically a console?
That's what I thought they said before, that was going to be a console, but we didn't see a console.
Why the hell is it $129 if it's not a console?
Let's see. It says the base subscription price is $10 a month, so you got to pay a base subscription fee for Stadia with a free version planned for next year, and a Founders Edition bundle. Okay, Founders Edition bundle available for $130 this November when Stadia launches. It'll show a rollout. It'll be a slow rollout. Google says you'll need the Founders Edition to play the Stadia. So you're going to need to put out $130. Okay, so it's not a console per se. It's more of a cloud streaming service that you're paying $130 for. Flat fee. I'm hoping it's a flat fee of $130. It says Founders Edition. The platform won't open until further until 20. So there's a problem right there.
And the controller's $70 by itself.
Well, I figure like, okay, I can see like if you get multiple controllers, yeah, like with the Xbox and PS4, the controllers are like $70, but still you're paying $100.
I'm sorry, if it has to have a game controller, right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking console. It doesn't matter how small it is. It's a fucking console.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's my buddy Mikey in the chat. Plus shipping and handling, that's what you get. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know. Let's see about your streaming.
Never forget getting that thing. That thing's gonna be too dumb.
Oh, who is this?
In the first comment says, remember 10 years ago when people were absolutely enraged that a game might have to have an always online requirement?
Yeah, now. Feel free to have a look at the website address. Okay, whoever this is on Twitch, I don't know who you are. You found the channel. Okay, that's cool. Welcome to the show then. I don't know who you are, but yeah, welcome aboard. So yeah, so you're paying $130 for a service that you won't be able to access technically till next year. You got a $70 controller, so you're paying $200 for this thing up front. An official stream today, Google detailed the pricing, game lineup, and other specifics. Bleh. First of all, here's how your connection will correlate with your Stadia resolution. So, based off your internet speed, which the highest is 35 megabits per second, I think with mine, I'm streaming, I think it's 1 gig. No, I'm sorry. It's if I look at my Xbox and I'm downloading something through my Xbox, I'll download at the rate of 180 megabytes per second. So I'm good right there with that's Fios Quantum. So if streaming at best at 35 megabytes per second, that's for 4K HDR video, 60 frames per second, 5.1 surround sound, 20 megabytes per second, that's HDR video, 1080p, 60 frames per second, and then 720p, 60 frames per second stereo at anywhere between 5 and 10 megabytes a second. But
I'm sorry, I think our computers, yours and mine, do better than that.
Yeah, definitely. See,
why the hell would we get that when we can just put a controller on our computer?
See, I'm going back to when Sony first announced PlayStation Now for PS4. And that was a streaming service where, you know, the games you played, some of them were backwards compatible, like PS3 games, I think some PS2 games, and you could stream them over PlayStation 4 for, what, $15, $20 a month. But that's the thing.
You have to have real good internet.
Yeah. And I had regular Fios at the time, and it just kept backing me out.
Shoddy, it's crap.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't afford good internet.
I see you in here, Dark. If you want to come in and voice your opinion on this, feel free to hop in, man. Line's open. But yeah, this is giving me flashbacks to PlayStation Now. Like, it's not really a console. You have to hook up a Chromecast, you know. First of all, those little Chromecasts, I don't own one. I don't know anybody that owns a Chromecast, but I don't know what the connection speed limit is on those things. You know, I know you plug them in the TV, you can stream Netflix and Hulu and all that good shit on there, but can you imagine streaming let's say one of the games announced Ghost Recon Breakout. Can you imagine streaming Breakout through a Chromecast? Like, I don't know what the internet connection speed limits for that, but I can imagine that being very fucking laggy. Oh my god! Like,
Yeah, it sounds like it would be one.
let's see. Google announced Baldur's Gate 3 and Ghost Recon Breakout for Stadia, the latter with a new trailer. Don't worry, the former is also coming to PC. Other games announced including Guilt, an adventure game from developer Tequila Works, and a multiplayer Overcooked style game called Get Back. Overcooked. That's one of those Nintendo type games, ain't it? Where it's like you're in the fucking kitchen and you gotta fucking cook shit and take it to the tables or something. I don't know. I can't remember how that went. Division 2 will be there too. Ubisoft Overload. Stadia Pro is a official service at $10 a month, which will give you access to the service's games at 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. This won't include all games, though. Newer ones will be purchasable separately. So you want me to pay $10 a month, and then any new games I want to play, I gotta purchase them as well. The controller is a $70 standalone. The Stadia's Founders Edition will launch later this year at $130. It comes with the Chromecast Ultra, a Stadia controller, a copy of Destiny 2. I'll get to that in a second, because Destiny 2, I want to talk about that after this. Along with the new Shadowkeep expansion, of course, I'll talk about that in a little bit. A 3-month subscription, along with a 3-month Buddy Pass. What the fuck is a Buddy Pass? God damn, all these fucking... Yeah.
Mike, you got a Buddy Pass?
Maybe the fucking Six Flags, I don't know. You know, that fucking old guy comes out and dances in front of me before I punch his lights out.
Hey, I thought that was a girl that did that, but was it an actual old guy?
I don't know. I know it wasn't an actual old man. I know it's all in fucking makeup and shit. I can't remember who the hell that was. Can you imagine?
So let me get this straight. The company that took over YouTube can't even get YouTube straight, and then decided it was a good idea to come out with this?
Other Stadia games include Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Doom Eternal, the new Tomb Raider trilogy, Final Fantasy 15.
Doom Eternal, the freaking new one that's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be streaming that Sunday, the Bethesda E3 press conference. I'm hoping to see more on that. Darksiders.
Am I the only one that thinks the new Atari is going to be better than this?
The thing is, I haven't heard much about the Atari VCS, though. Like, that's supposed to come out this year. I haven't heard much about that.
What's up with all these people coming out in these shits all of a sudden?
They're trying to
stick with Sony or Microsoft. Fuck it.
They're trying to get into that market, but here's the thing. I'll cover that in a little bit after this. Google says it will be one user per Stadia account tied to your Google ID. You can have a guest account for split screen, but other than that, no sharing. Boo! At launch, if you're a Stadia user, you can play Stadia exclusively on Pixel 3 and 3a devices. However, you'll be able to create your account and make subscription and game purchases from any Android M Plus or iOS 11 Plus device that has access to the Stadia app. These games and more available for purchase: Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Guilt, Doom Eternal, Darksiders Genesis, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Destiny 2, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Samurai Showdown, The Crew 2, Football Manager 2020, Trials Rising, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Rage 2, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Thumper, the Tomb Raider trilogy, Borderlands 3, Elder Scrolls Online, NBA 2K, Mortal Kombat 11, Just Dance 20. You're gonna put a Just Dance game on a Stadia. That game requires fucking motion control. I can't understand that. A game that requires motion control. You're gonna put that game. What is the fucking controller gonna have motion sensors in it? Oh, here's a good one I would enjoy playing. Here's one I enjoyed playing on air. Farming Simulator 19.
That's for them kids that don't know how to,
Farm, yeah. The Division 2, there's actually supposed to be a reboot of Grid. Grid's coming, Metro Exodus, Get Packed, Final Fantasy 15, and Baldur's Gate 3. So it's an online, it's an alright lineup, but the service for this, I mean, a Chromecast Ultra, something that plugs into, so basically, that is the console itself. It's a little HDMI plug-in for your TV that you plug into, and then you connect it to the internet, and then you can pull everything else up. So you get the Chromecast, $130, including the $70 controller, and it also comes with, what was that? A 3-month subscription. You know, even though you have to pay $10 a month, so you get a 3-month subscription with it, and then a 3-month buddy pass. Ooh, I get a buddy pass. Ooh.
Dude, do you want a buddy pass?
Ooh. Ooh, buddy pass. Denied.
No shit.
Come launch day. Oh my god.
Duke, do you have a buddy pass?
I don't know anymore. What's your guys' thought on it after I read all of that? What's your all's input on that shit?
It's a failure to success.
It's a failure to human life.
It does not exist. It's like Control. You get close enough to it and it'll just suck you in.
Oh god. What do you think, Cypher?
Fuck this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of shit.
As Wiseman once said,
it's like 360. Give it the red dot sometime. They'll die.
Yep. Well, that's like one man once wisely said.
No stairway.
Well, here we go. Here we go.
I don't even know
think
if I
about
took
this. The last Xbox One that came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox, what do they call it? It's
The One X.
No, it's the version of the S that came out without.
Oh my god! Yes. Ah, the all digital.
Think about it. That one, the initials became SAD on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Sad.
Xbox One SAD.
It's the sad Xbox One.
Which people say isn't worth your money. People say it ain't worth your money.
It ain't.
Which means people want physical copies still. So what the hell do they think they're going to do with this?
Would you like to go out and buy a sad Xbox One?
Duke, do you?
Draw a happy face on it.
Yeah, right.
It ain't sad anymore.
But I mean, think about it. Well, I don't know why they all want to go to digital media. It's already annoying that they're doing it with most movies.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when when you got a lot of people out there that still like to purchase physical copies
Exactly.
of media.
Well, I think it's because, honestly, that, if you have to you have to move stuff, you have to take all your little CDs, put them in a box, people hate moving.
But here's the problem. They get to pick and choose what stays up and what goes down.
Yep.
Which means you don't, if you have the disc, you can watch it whenever you want. When they can go, oh, we're going to deny you this because we want to put this here instead.
Yeah, we'll save that for another topic. We'll actually save that for another
They're
time.
removing your freedom to choose.
Yeah. Like services like Netflix. Like Netflix doesn't have everything. You pay $12 a month for a service that's supposed to have hundreds, thousands of movies at your demand. No, you gotta wait.
Mike, you gotta call them up though if you want that stuff.
Yeah.
They'll give you and they'll send you an email. You can choose all the movies you want, and they'll pick from that movies. You can do as many requests as you want that's on Netflix. Trust me, I talked to them.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I could call Netflix tomorrow and say, hey, I want Deep Throat next month.
Yeah, honest to God, no, honest to God. You call them up. I shit you not. You call them up, say, hey, can you send me a request form through email so I can pick out like certain movies that I want to see, and you can put as many times you want. They said of whatever topics what kind of movies you want, and then send it and submit it.
Okay, let me give it.
You can submit as many times you want of all the movies you want to see, and it's like the suggestion box. Because I asked him, because I went to go pay my bill early one time. I said, "Is there a way that we could request what kind of movies we want to see?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll send you a submitting form that you could put many labels you want and submit it through us, and you can do it repeatedly as many times you want."
But you see, the app doesn't tell you that you even have an option to do that.
No, it doesn't. You got to call them up.
How many people are going to know that?
That's true.
It's on Netflix, though.
So let's see. Writing up my list here. Okay.
But you see my point, though. A lot of people aren't going to think you can call them up.
Wow.
You tell them, look, hey, man, you want my service still?
Here's how I do it. Okay, get my list here. Okay, I want.
Are you checking it twice, Mike?
Deep Throat, Debbie does Dallas.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Section to put. All right, what section? Children, family, entertainment. Backdoor Sluts 9.
Somebody get this man a Tinder account.
Saving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah. I remember seeing that short. That was like a fucking trailer back on. What was it? It was one of those. It was one of those Flash sites. We could watch those little Flash videos and shit. It was like a 30-minute. It was like a 30-second or 60-second trailer. It was called Saving Ryan's Privates. I remember seeing that. That shit was hilarious. Oh god.
Newgrounds or something?
I forgot what it was. It was so long ago.
I can't remember. All sorts of weird shit popped up on that site.
Yeah, I know.
Those are the good old days.
It was one of those sites that had what was his name? Angry Kid. Yeah, that little claymation cartoon Angry Kid was like Carrot Top Kid and shit, where he sits in the back seat and shit. He was like, Dodd, what's a wanker?
Oh, there you go. Here's my favorite song.
Oh my god, if they're fucking... Alright, YouTube. Let's see. Okay, we're talking shit on your goddamn thing. I want to look up something, okay? Don't fucking do this shit to me. Let's see. Oh, Tourette's. Here we go.
John Denver, take me home.
Here we go.
Mike.
I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Hear what?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Dunno, Dad. Can't stop myself. Bugger wee piss poo.
What did you just say?
Bugger wee piss poo, boobies.
What, you dirty little...
I think I got Tourette's bumhole syndrome.
Bumhole what?
Bumhole syndrome?
Dad, where you can't stop yourself saying things, you baldy fudge packer.
What did you just call me?
You can't hit me. It's a condition. Knob cheese. Willy dribble. Slut. That's really is Tourette's.
Just a minute. How do I know you're not just being filthy?
You won't, Dad. You big bucket of ass. Sorry, I can't stop it. Oh no, there's a big one coming on. There's a mum's dad's crap, feltering, cock splash, shit pants, herby poo, lick knicker, scratchy bag, stuff, munching, pus, stuff, pan, burger, big old car.
Finished?
Yes, I think so.
Dear Lord.
If I were a kid, that's exactly what I'd be thinking about this fucking console.
Oh wow! Well, look, okay, I'm looking at a topic here, Mike. To get off the topic a little bit.
Hey, go ahead.
Looking off Ben Superior right now. I'm seeing this thing. He just tweeted 2 hours ago. Modern D-Day warriors storm Washington to demand free stuff from government. Wow. Let's go storm and ask for free shit.
Yeah. I want a free $1 million.
That's the sad thing. People want free shit. It's like, I understand. Everybody has to work to get that free shit. I mean, it just does not like a silver platter thing handed to you. You got to do shit to get it.
You know what? I'm gonna go storm Washington and ask for a free hat.
There you go. Make sure it's a Trump hat, by the way.
Free hat.
I would.
Free hat. Oh shit! So I think we covered.
You're getting in that 2 hour mark.
I heard
so.
scissors.
Cypher playing with himself again. Don't cut yourself, Cypher.
Oh, I remember that.
That is not the way to masturbate. Edward Scissorhands found that out himself.
Well, I thought somebody was going to make a joke about me running with scissors, which we all know I physically can't do.
I remember that one of the episodes of Chicken Squad we did where it was the first one we got you in there, or second one, something around there. You came in and we were hearing random noises, and Phoenix was like, "I'm hearing scissors," and then Shadow was like scissoring or something like that, and then Bane was like, "I hear scissors and scissoring," and it was just like a whole bunch of fucking nonsense we were fucking joking about, and then you came in, you're like, "What the hell was that?" And Phoenix was like, "I hear scissors and scissoring." I don't know.
I still think my best joke was about Verizon.
Verizon, hold up. I'm a Verizon customer, so what do you want to talk about Verizon about? Huh?
He's got something.
It was a joke that I did when I was acting as the character Fat Squatch.
He's like, "I got something rising too." I mean,
They were talking about Verizon, and I went, "I got something rising." I mean, Verizon too.
Damn pervert.
Oh, who was it that I freaked out that actually killed himself in the game? He blew himself up. Was it Dark?
Yeah.
Because I made that joke about buttering biscuits and stuff, and then he asked something about, when I said something about dessert and stuff, and he said, "Well, what's that make Mike?" And I said something, and he said, "I'm done," and he threw a grenade down on the ground and blew himself up.
Yeah, I know what it was. I was the main course and all, and Shadow was the dessert, and Shadow was like, "What does that make Dark and Kira?" And you were like, one of them's a side dish and the other's a midnight snack, and Dark was like, "Nah, fuck this shit. I'm doing this."
Hey, you gotta admit it's good that even I can get under Dark's skin a little bit.
That was cool. Even when I revived him, he came back with another grenade and took me with him.
Good job, Mark. Yeah.
It was a chain reaction of shit, because Kira was up on a fucking high rise in his construction site, and Shadow was closest to us, so he was on his way down to get me. And then Kira, I hear him go, "Oh, fuck, shit, no," and he's falling fucking 5 stories to his death.
Empire, if you really want to know the story behind it, I recommend you watch the episode Chicken Squad, episode 15, I believe it is.
I gotta find it, because I'm going to, yeah,
it's
I
either
did a
15
compilation
or 16. I'm pretty sure it's 15.
Yeah.
But it also has the origin of why we always say butter them biscuits as well.
Oh,
hey,
God.
when I acted like Fat Squatch in there were nobody safe in there. I was picking on everybody.
You know what, let me, okay, so, I was gonna save this for like a, one of those through the doorway things, but I'm gonna just discuss this now as like a little extra here before we close out. So I found this article earlier on WBALTV.com, and the article states the FBI just released Bigfoot's official file.
Oh, God. Get this shit out of here. Somebody's doxing the fuck out of them.
They found my cousin?
Your cousin's been found long time now.
Yeah, I know.
How many times
I wonder why he doesn't visit.
Excuse me.
Oh shit. Goddamn ads.
I was like, oh shit, I wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. It's Cypher's fault. Everybody blame it on Cypher.
No, I'm not holding that box of matches. My nothing, officer. I don't know how that house caught on fire.
So let's see. The FBI's vault is a fascinating corner of the internet, as some believe a fantastic waste of time. The Bureau's Freedom of Information Act library houses thousands of previously sealed or long buried files on the very famous and very dead celebrities, criminals, politicians, and other persons of interest. Now the FBI usually doesn't make such documents public until after a person dies, which makes the latest release from the vault 22 glorious pages concerning one Bigfoot particularly notable for two reasons. It appears to be confirmation that A, Bigfoot is dead, and B, Bigfoot was real, properly. The mythical creature known...
have a picture of just a regular foot.
I hate to say it then, I guess since it's out now, I guess Cypher, your cousin just died of a Bigfoot. King Bigfoot. Sasquatch's cousin's dead now.
Damn, I wonder if he left me anything.
No, probably not. Well, you know, he left you that chair.
He's got a will somewhere in the FBI files.
Well, he said for you to keep that chair for Mike when he goes.
The mythical creature known as Bigfoot, or if you prefer Sasquatch, Yowie, Skunk Ape, or Skunk Ape.
I take offense to that.
That's a term I've never heard. Skunk.
I've heard of the skunk ape. I think the skunk ape's actually in Florida. I think that's their version of them. They call them the skunk ape.
Well, there you go, Empire. You're moving down there, so let us know if you've come across a skunk ape.
Hey, wait. Was it the incubus or the succubus that made Bigfoot die?
I thought it was one in both. I thought they were.
No, one's got to be the picture, one's got to be the sucker. So which one is it?
Oh shit! I think you get the succubus. You get the one that sucks, and it's women that gets the ink before it goes in.
No, we're talking about Bigfoot here, brother. We're talking about Bigfoot here. Somehow Bigfoot died. We got to find out if it was the succubus or both.
Well, apparently he's a big hairy ape.
That got killed by skunk ape.
Well, if you base it off of my Fat Squatch character, he didn't discriminate.
No, apparently not, because he took it both ways.
Let's see. People swear they've been seeing him for centuries.
Because he was taking it in one way and he was sucking it out the other. There you go, buddy.
The human foot squatch.
He went after that ass like a bag of Doritos.
It's like a centipede.
Instead of hearing it be chomped in the jaws, it was being chomped in the ass. Chomp, 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 chomp.
Yep.
There you go.
Let's see. Part hairy ape, part hairy human, part hairy bear thing has inspired such fervor among his fanatics that the fiercest... Yeah, there you go. Bigfoot's official file. What if I do if I click here? Okay, so this is the official document. I'm actually going to put this in the Discord. There's an official document. This is the vault.fbi.gov. This is the official filing of Bigfoot. Holy shit. I'm going to have to read.
Sorry, everybody get ready for your jokes.
Pictures of Bigfoot. I'm gonna read this later. I'm gonna say this in my favorites. Even the New York Times said, "Is it Bigfoot or can be a hoax?" Wow, a lot of these documents. They're all Photoshop. They're all not Photoshop, but they're
Shit, there's no picture of it. It's just a lot of documentation.
Yeah. So let's see.
1977. That's the fucking year. Whatchamacallit? Oh, there he is. Dude, he's like Slender Man. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. He's as rare as Slender Man. Let's see. Which popular mechanics examined in full mostly follows the correspondence between the Bigfoot Information Center and exhibition in the Dallas, Oregon, and the FBI Scientific and Technical Services Division from 1976 to 77. In 76, BIC Director Peter Byrne requested the FBI test a strange hair sample. We do not often...
Was that? See the New York Times pictures of him? It looks like he's taking a piss behind a tree.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I kind of find that offensive. It's violating of the man's privacy.
Yeah, I mean, look at that hairy ass.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody fucking...
Yeah, he looks like he looks like he benches about 260.
I'm gonna say about that's about right, maybe 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm. That motherfucker can bench press. Goddamn.
Yeah, you can. Holy balls, dude.
Eventually, after several months of follow-ups, which are documented in the file, the FBI delivered the results of the test of both Byrne and the organization that supported his research, the Academy of Applied Sciences. Sadly, Bigfoot was a there's a fat squatch himself. Like, you talking to me? You talking to me?
That's a lot of fucking cheeseburgers in that motherfucker.
Hi, Don.
Oh my god. I don't want to play that.
One day.
Ah. No! Don't go to the next page. I want to fucking mute it, damn it.
No, hit the take me home, Mike. Good old
Ah.
West Virginia.
Yep. While this is disappointing revelation, by no means is the case closed. For all we know, the FBI could have Bigfoot documents it isn't showing us, and this is all just a clever ploy to throw us off his scent. So, is it possible that somewhere out there lies a Sasquatch? We know where the fat squatch lies.
Yeah, he's in Baltimore. Camping out, waiting for his cousin to show up.
The Cooler Ranch Doritos.
Yeah.
With the wolf biome.
And the wild hubba sneaking around the corner.
With anti-hubba traps around. In other words, bars of soap.
And teeth, because you ain't got no fucking teeth.
Yeah, he was supposed to receive some teeth for Christmas, supposedly.
Was it really?
Yeah, what's her name from the AGP show, Tina? She said, I'm gonna mail you some teeth. Yeah, okay, you're gonna mail him some teeth. How about you take out your own and mail them? So anyway, guys, it was an interesting show today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. My dilemma with the DMV today, and Cypher, I know you said yours is coming up here in July.
Yeah, the funny part is I have an appointment 2 days after the deadline for May.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, just go in there early, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, they did have a line in there for, they did have a line in there for people to come in. I don't know if that's for that. I mean, you could always check.
You can always do DMV. You can go in there anytime, really. You don't got to be there at the appointment at that exact date.
Yeah, just make sure you have everything available. Don't do what I had done to me, you know? It's like, don't get a piece of junk mail with your name on it, because it's unacceptable.
Well, they give me a hard time. I'm going to look at them and go, I'm disabled. Where the fuck am I going? That's exactly what I'm going to say to them.
You know what I'm going to tell him? You know what? Since you said that right there, I'm going to say he's going to Dunbar, West Virginia. That's where he's going to go.
That, or they'll say, oh, you're going to need a license to walk. Where am I going to walk to? Am I going to put wheels on this fucking chair and wheel that out?
Hey, you know what? There is actually a video.
I saw it and I shared it.
Yeah, exactly.
The husband and wife are, the fucking couch is going down the highway.
Yeah. I can't tell if that's in fucking Virginia or DC, though. I'm not sure.
See that shit around here in Baltimore, you'll get hijacked. What happened? They stole my couch!
They want a chair?
Yeah, put wheels in that motherfucker. They'll take it. They'll ride that bitch.
That's a fucking good idea. Get that fucking chair. Put an engine on that bitch. Put a fucking steering wheel. A couple wheels. It'd be good.
You know what I should do? I should save up some money and get like a storage unit or build something, right? And just like the Warrens, have my own little museum of haunted shit.
Starting with the chair.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? That's a fucking good idea. Put that fucking chair, put a motor and fucking wheels in that bitch and see how really cursed it really is.
That motherfucker's gonna be motorizing around his apartment.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sit now. The wife's gonna be at work. Cypher's gonna be sitting there playing the game, and he hears this whirling sound. What the fuck is that? He turns to the left, and you see this chair wheeling its way into the room toward you.
Mm.
You're like, God damn it! I should have taken the batteries out of that motherfucker.
No, he'd probably be like, "Motherfucker, you want a drag race? Let me get my motherfucker."
Hey, everybody, watch me! I'm gonna drag race this chair outside. Want to race me? It does 2 miles an hour.
Pink slips, motherfucker. Pink slips.
Yeah, take the pink slip, this motherfucker. Get out of my life. May it haunt you. I mean, may it help you race one day.
Exactly. Stick Nas on fucking Cypher's electric chair and fucking leave the guy fucking motor only on the other. Haha, bitch, I win. Get the fuck out of here, Fabio.
Oh man. Hey, so anyway, we've already got this Saturday's episode, since we've all been experiencing a little bit of it. So this Saturday's episode of Through the Doorway will be bad luck, where we talk about bad luck and all these good luck charms and shit, and why people believe, in good luck charms, and why bad luck is such a thing, or is it a thing?
And why Cypher should never go out in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cypher. Fucking 2 weeks later, he's still fucking hurting on that shit.
Poor Cypher. Poor Cypher looks like a Stephen King novel now.
Yeah, he's become Freddy Krueger.
People would look at me, vampire! And I'd just go, no, diabetes!
No. Hey, you know what? Which hand is... I'm just curious. Hold on. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. Which hand is it? The left or the right?
It's strange. My left hand got burnt, even though my right hand got burnt. But the left hand got like a 2nd-degree burn, and the right hand's nothing but a sunburn.
Oh, man. I hate to be you if you ain't getting none. But I was going to say, get a Freddy Krueger. Yeah. No.
I can't pleasure myself!
No, yeah. But no. Halloween's perfect because if he got 2nd-degree burns, he probably has some little skin shit, right? So get him a red and green sweater, get him the fucking Freddy hat top, and he'd be perfect. Dude, you got it. Freddy Krueger for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And all you gotta do is sit outside, handing candy out, sit in that chair, put that chair out front.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the kids, you want to sit in my chair? There's a story behind it.
How you doing?
Then what you do is in the candy bowl, you hide a burnt hot dog.
Oh god.
That way when they dig in it, you go, oh, that's where it went.
And then
what do y'all think about the new Annabelle movie coming out?
I'll see it eventually. I mean, I think they're overdoing it a little too much. Like I said, like when we were talking about it, there's only so much you could do with the doll. There's just so much. Like right now, they're just exaggerating the story for the whole lore of the Conjuring universe. I mean, I'll eventually see it, and of course...
Oh, they can get away with murder now that both Warrens have passed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because
they've been wanting to get their stories off the ground for so long with both Conjuring movies, and now Hollywood's free to fuck their shit over,
And they will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna go see the new Rambo movie though. That is a must see.
Yeah, I want to definitely do that too. That one.
What was that? Last Blood?
Yep.
Yeah, Last Blood. It looks good as shit, dude.
They say
I think it's
bloodiest.
Where it's place at.
Yeah, I heard you say something about that. Well, I know tonight I'll probably be watching Rocket Man. I got a copy of that.
What already?
Rocket Man's been out. It came out last week.
No, and it ain't even out in movie theaters yet.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, shit, you gotta do one of Facebook movie things tonight on it now.
That is if somebody has it up on there, because I know, what is it? Like certain films you can actually do on Facebook if they haven't.
Yeah, I want to watch that shit. If you could put that thing on Facebook live.
Yeah, Rocket Man, that came out May 31st. Yeah, that's already in theaters.
Yeah, it should be out. Yeah, see if anybody's got it on that fucking Facebook shit, man. I'll watch that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, Metacritic, it gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars, 70 out of 100. I don't even...
Mike, you could stream shit on your computer and put it on Twitch, can't you?
Yeah, but if I do it on Twitch, they'll flag me for flagging a, you know, what is it? Like, you know, when you illegally download movies and shit like that, you know. I ain't gonna fucking listen.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. But I'll figure something out. I'll try to get it up there. I mean, like I said last week, I was sitting at work and I was wanting to watch what was I watching? Last Action Hero. Yeah, and I was like, let me host a watch party on there. So I pulled up Last Action Hero because I've been wanting to watch it. And I was sitting there watching it long while everybody's, you know, I think you were watching. I think Wolf was in there at one point, and we were chatting away, talking about the movie because I think it was like 5 minutes ahead on your end than it was on mine.
No, it was actually longer than that.
Okay.
Like, fucking end was reached before your fucking end was reached.
Yeah, because when you reached the credits, I was probably where he was like meeting a Grim Reaper or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I'm kind of curious how Rocket Man is, man. That'd be kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll figure it out.
Ain't Leonardo DiCaprio supposed to be in there somewhere?
I don't know about Leonardo DiCaprio. I know it's about Elton John.
No, yeah, I know it's about Elton John, but I thought somebody was playing as him.
That's like Bohemian Rhapsody, where when the movie started out and it started showing, you know, everybody who's in the movie, and then it said Mike Myers, I'm like, Mike Myers is in the movie?
Mike Myers, I think, is that record guy.
He is. He is. I looked it up. I was like, oh, that's who he was. And I couldn't even tell.
I couldn't tell either because Mike Myers was supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
And seeing that as Mike Myers, no way.
Yeah, he was pretty serious in that role. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But if you honestly look at, if you look at what the band group members look like now and they look like in that movie, it is a damn near fucking comparison.
Yeah, I know. Who the hell was that? Remy something, wasn't it? Who played Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, drummer had the same fucking hairdo as the fucking guy playing him.
Oh, they all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian May and who the other guy was, yeah. But yeah, they did. Like,
if you also notice how they did that, also Queen became popular again.
Yeah, like even if there's a comparison video on YouTube, you can look it up from their Live Aid performance, and it's almost like it's almost like set precisely to how Freddie's movements and motions were on stage. That this actor had gotten down, like, you know, the songs they did, the how they did it, like the way they had the stage set up. Like if you look on the piano in the movie, you've got like several Pepsi cups sitting there along with a pint of beer. That's what was originally sitting there on that piano during that performance. Because I was watching it on YouTube, I was like, that's pretty cool. They got everything to the T with the stage, the props, everything.
Now, they kind of made Freddy Krueger sound like he was pretty much out gay, but he really wasn't.
Freddy Krueger was gay?
He could be. I mean, fuck. Children, but anyhow, Freddie Mercury was not a completely 100% gay. He was actually bisexual.
Yeah, and I hate how people say that he was gay. Like, no, he was actually in a relationship with a woman before he got with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
You
actually
can like tacos and like hot dogs too.
Yeah. He just preferred the hot dog.
But other than that, the movie is really, really on set with actually how he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was an excellent movie. They did a pretty damn good job on that. Now I'm just curious to see how they did with Rocket Man with Elton John.
Well, I'll tell you what. When we do the Gathering podcast, when you come back, we'll definitely look more into that. I'll definitely talk because I do got quite a bit to talk about with Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm going to definitely fit it into a half hour. And if you want to talk about Rocket Man, like maybe you'll get to see Rocket Man, or maybe we'll cover that in another topic. Yeah, we'll definitely do another episode where we're talking about Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, and of course The Dirt. Because if you haven't seen that yet,
you gotta go see that. If you haven't seen The Dirt, you gotta watch it before they take it out on Netflix.
Yeah, I downloaded that too. Also,
That shit was. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That shit was fucking good. The Dirt was, but man,
It was.
Daisy.
yeah, and
Oh,
they
it's-
were like almost on point with that.
Yeah. They really were, but I mean, I didn't know it was that bad how the band was at the time.
Yeah, I know. All right, so
But if you have kids, don't watch it around kids.
yeah, that's
you'll-
true.
Kill them with eyes.
Well, it's Motley Crue, so you're expected a lot of fucking vulgarity, like when it comes not just to the language, but the
Yeah, I'm
nudity
talking
too. It's literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Don't let your kids watch it. Unless you don't want to explain to them the birds and the bees further on down the line, then send them in front of the TV.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'd like to thank our my co-host Empire, and of course Cypher, who made his appearance in here today. And I was like, damn, I didn't expect you to be here, but hey, that's cool. We definitely cover quite a bit.
Snuck in.
There you go. And he's eating the Doritos secretly.
Yeah, I know it. And the fucking chair. That cursed bastard ass chair.
So yeah, this Saturday we're definitely going live with Through the Doorway. And Sunday, I'm going to start some more coverage. I'm going to be definitely streaming E3. We're doing I believe Microsoft and Bethesda is Sunday. There's a couple conferences Monday. I'll be able to cover one of them, but I won't be able to do the other one because of work. Same thing with Tuesday. So we're definitely going to be doing quite a bit with E3 this coming week. And then, of course, we'll have a post Tuned In Live stream next Thursday. So anybody catching up with any of the games consoles that are announced during E3, we'll definitely be talking about that and get your guys' opinions on it. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, if you got Discord on your mobile device or PC, it's free to download. If you want to be a guest speaker on the show, be sure to have Discord and hit us up for the DMs for the link for Discord. You can come in, chat away with us. Also, a big I do want to say a big shout out to the new streaming service, Restream.io, which is what I am streaming through right now. Streaming on 3 different platforms, Mixer, Twitch, and Facebook. So whichever poison you pick to watch us on, feel free to do so. We'll still get views one way or another. You can also stream on platforms like YouTube and such. It's free to sign up. You can upgrade for a fee, a monthly fee or a yearly fee for extra little stuff, but I'm doing with a freebie. So if you see a watermark on this when it's posted on YouTube or whatever, well, YouTube won't have a postmark. It won't have a watermark on it because I'm recording that through OBS, so that's different. But if on Twitch, Mixer, and all, if you see a watermark on there for Restream.io, that's okay. You know, that's bound to happen. But it's pretty cool to be able to stream one thing to multiple platforms at once, you know, depending on where your audience is located. Like if we have a big audience on Twitch, they can watch it over there. We have an audience on Facebook, friends, family, whatever, they can watch it over here. That way, let's say Mikey Riddle in the chat, you know, let's say he doesn't have a Twitch account. He can watch it on here. Let's say Hubba is on Twitch and he wants to watch it on Twitch and he don't follow me on Facebook. He can watch me on Twitch. That's fine. So it's pretty cool. I definitely like this. I'm going to definitely use it a lot more in the future to stream. Any of you guys got any closing remarks before we head out of here?
Yeah. I do. It's called Live Life to the Fullest. Fuck fear, drink more beer.
There you go. What about you, Freddie? I'm sorry to call you that.
I don't know. Now I want a beer.
I bet a nice cool beer would feel good in that hand. Maybe it'll cool it off or something.
Duke, you have any last words?
I don't even have him up. I think he left permanently. He left the building.
Oh, fucking Duke, you're fired.
I just thought of something too. You don't have to be Freddy Krueger. You could be what's his name from that movie Darkman.
What's that?
I don't think you never seen that movie Darkman with Liam Neeson? It's based off. Well, they have a graphic novel based off of it, or based off a graphic novel. It's about this guy who was he was assumed to be murdered by this. I think it was a group of mafia guys or something like that. But he was like badly burned, and he plans to vow revenge on them. So he has this machine that he uses to create these skin like masks that he can wear over his face and all.
Oh, wow.
He's like a super. It's like a super anti-hero or something like that. Like he's badly burned and he's wrapped up in bandages and shit, but he can create masks of anybody. Like, let's say his arch enemy, he can create that guy's mask and wear that over his face, and he can only wear it for a certain amount of time because it starts to deteriorate. Like, let's say it's got like an 8-hour life on it. You know, it lasts for like 8 hours and it just starts to deteriorate. So it's like he's got to be out of where he's at, you know, within those 8 hours, or, you know, his identity will be, you know, revealed of who he is. So it's like in the movies, it's got Liam Neeson, it's got Larry Drake in it. Larry Drake, who was in the movie Dr. Giggles, a horror movie, Dr. Giggles. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It's a trilogy of movies, but I would recommend like the first one, Dark Man. But I guess if you wrap yourself up in bandages and I come over, I'll be like, hey, there he is, Dark Man. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining us today on Facebook, on Twitch, and on Mixer. If you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to follow us on our main streaming channel, twitch.tv/errorwithaname. Also, since we are back on Mixer and streaming on Mixer again, mixer.com/errorwithaname. Follow my main man Empire on twitch.tv/theempire490. Same thing with Cypher Xavier. Art 495. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fired.
Jeez,
I'm firing myself.
You're beyond fired.
He's burnt to a crisp. And follow Cypher, especially on Twitter. Twitter at Cypher Cypher_Xavier. He's also on YouTube as well. And there's a whole mess of links we could put out there, so I'll try to get them all out there on our Twitter feed at AirOfficial17. Thank you for joining us today, guys. Definitely. And we will catch you back here this Saturday through the doorway.